Good morning and welcome back to the CBTF USPL. What an evening we had last night. It's game 2 of action, and with that super over, we have a full jam-packed day. Truly America's newest and most entertaining cricket league. Now let's head over to the toss, and before that, let me thank our principal sponsor, CBTF Speed News, America's fastest cricket news website. When it comes to gaming and a reliable platform for cricket prediction, CBTF is the choice. And thank you to our associate sponsor, MTR. Let's head over to the toss. So I'm here with Danny Khan, the umpire coordinator, and the two captains. It's New York Gothams versus the Carolina Eagles. I have with me the New York Gothams captain, Zishan Unver, and Ronak Sharma for the Carolina Eagles. Ronak has the coin. Heads is the call. And heads it is. New York Gothams have won the toss. So Zishan, what have you chosen to do and why?
We're going to choose to ball first. Let's see, we have seen some games yesterday, so I think the bounce was a little bit up and down. So in the morning, the overcast condition, so we thought to ball first.
So I guess last night after reading the games that happened, you guys have a plan in place.
Yes. You look all those games. Couple of things happened pretty good. The last game, it was exciting game of cricket, but we have seen those games and we hope to give a good cricket today.
And tell me a little bit about your squad. I know you have a mix of even some West Indies players who have played for West Indies and a bunch of local guys as well.
Yes. So we have a mix of squad. We have some experienced players coming from the Caribbean. Then we have some local players also. So it's a very mixed squad which have a good experience, good youth, and they all are playing cricket in US. So I think it's good for the US cricket that all these people coming from the international cricket come over here and promote cricket.
All the best. Ronak, you've lost the toss. What would you have done if you had won?
We are looking to bat first. What I thought was that the ball was staying a little low last night. So probably that's what my plan was, to just try and make use of the best condition of the pitch.
Okay. And then tell me a little bit about your squad as well. I know you have a bunch of local mix, but really good local talent.
Yeah, very excited to play with these youngsters. Everyone's looking good. Everyone's looking sharp, and we have a good team.
And excited for this USPL. I know it's the first game for you guys.
Yeah, very excited. I saw the games yesterday. They were really close. So looking forward to this.
All the best. So you've heard it here. New York Gothams have won the toss and have elected to bowl. We'll head back to the comm box.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead। अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत।
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead। अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead। अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले Visit cbtfspeednews.com.
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Good morning, everyone. We're back here with day two's action. We have the New York Gothams versus the Carolina Eagles, both coming into the tournament for the first time. It's the first day for them, so obviously we'll see a lot of action, and good to see both of these teams out. I think New York Gothams definitely have, a really, really good side. They have a lot of experienced West Indies players, obviously the local players. And then on the other side, the Carolina Eagles, we have Ronak Sharma. We know how deadly he can be with his all-round skills. There you have it, the captains, Zishan Anwar, New York Gotham's captain, and Ronak Sharma for Carolina Eagles. We're here live at the SUNY Purchase Grounds. And here's the rest of the fixtures. We have 3 back-to-back matches, so a lot of action coming your way. Here are the rosters for the Carolina Eagles. Vice Captain Hiran Patel and the Captain Ronak Sharma, with a lot of mix of local talent. And the New York Gotham's Zishan Anwar, the captain, and Usman Ashraf, vice captain. We have Lendl Simulans. We have Rayad Emrit.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Is it Irfan Saeed? Who's umpiring? Okay, so Rowan McFarlane. Oh, and Rakesh.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Rowan McFarlane.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Two mighty captains going at it, both trying to take in that crucial first win of the tournament. That always helps bring in a good momentum. And we have 2 umpires, Rowan McFarlane and umpire Ritesh Patel, who will be umpiring this match. We've seen excellent umpiring yesterday, which will continue thanks to Danny Khan and his umpire, Rajdeep Darbar. He's played first class for the T20s for the Gujarat state team, so a lot of experience coming. As you can see, here are the fixtures for all the days. We have 3 back-to-back matches, and it's only game 1 of today. Abhishek Prabhu has played under 19 for Karnataka. He's been a part of the under 19, under 16 for Karnataka, so definitely a lot of experience, a left-handed batsman. So we have that lefty-righty combination here at the start. First ball of day 2 is about to be bowled. remember, we are playing 20 overs today, so it'll be a 20 over match. We did have shortened matches yesterday due to the rain. It's the first ball. Very well bowled. Nikhil Uttamchandani back in the comm box. Good morning, Nikhil.
Good morning to you, Roshni. Fantastic day for cricket. A bit overcast, but second day of this USPL. A lot at stake for these 6 teams that will compete today. You must be pretty excited.
Definitely really excited. I'm excited that there's going to be some sun today as well.
Well, definitely, but I can tell you, Roshni, I haven't seen it just yet. You look at these overcast conditions, it will help fast bowlers, especially we saw it yesterday with both teams winning the toss, bowling first. And here again, the Gothams opting to bowl in these conditions. Bit of a surprise to you that they would have.
Not much of a surprise. I think they also talked about, obviously both these teams had that advantage that they were able to watch, 2 games from yesterday and kind of make that decision. So both captains, if they had won the toss, wanted to bowl first. New York Gothams, won the toss, so they got to. But we will see how the Carolina Eagles are able to put up a good total here.
Yeah, Abhishek Prabhu, Rajdeep Darbar. Darbar obviously would have played in that minor league, would have been part of that Yorker setup. So he does come with some bit of experience, but we've seen the importance, Roshni, of that power play, ensuring that you get your team off to a good start, build a foundation. Raj Patel, though, definitely getting a bit of carry and causing some trouble with his pace.
Yeah, both these batsmen have a lot of experience. Both have played back in India for state levels. So definitely a lot of experience coming their way. I think they have a good lineup as well. Both the sides have a good batting lineup, a good bowling lineup. So I think today is just about how the team clicks. It's first game for both of them here at the USPL. And we always know when it's the first game of a tournament, it's all about how the team is going to connect.
Tell me about the quality. I mean, we'll get back to it after this delivery, but I want to ask you about the quality of the tournament itself. Patel looking for that wicket. Has he got bat on it? He has. And the Gotham strike. They're one of the stronger teams in this USPL, and they're showing it on both aspects. Big wicket.
Huge wicket.
Just enticing him to play that cut shot. It was very near to him, though. Just always seaming in with the angle. That's good bowling from Raj Patel, who we saw from the onset really causing problems with that bit of extra pace.
Absolutely.
So I was asking you, Roshni, in terms of the quality. Yesterday, obviously, we just had one day of this US Premier League. Tell me about the quality of the cricket overall. What have you made of what you've seen? Yes, only 2 games, but you can take a lot away from that.
Yeah, I mean, if you just look at the 2 games, we had, and just the caliber of, the players, and just both the games, especially that evening game, going into a super over, which honestly this year there haven't been too many super overs in the cricket matches. So you could see, the talent that's come here, and obviously, the whole setup, when it comes to the pitch that they made just for this tournament. It just tells a lot about how the quality is. Obviously, the players are really enjoying, and the caliber of the players that we have and the action that we've seen so far. I mean, we've seen it all. We've seen a 4-wicket haul. We've seen the first half century, the first day. I mean, Ryan Scott's innings yesterday.
Wow, what a knock. So the new batter to the crease will be Anvesh Burineni, sorry. Big responsibility for him. But yeah, you mentioned yesterday, I mean, could you ask for a better start than having a super over? Last ball finish with a 6. Truly unbelievable. If you missed it, you want to go back on the YouTube of the USPL and see the recap of that game. That was truly something. You're going to have to rebowl that one, Raj Patel. But clearly the intent you can see from Patel looking to go into the pitch. I think that's the way to go. Good seamers who have been successful on this synthetic surface have gone into the surface because of the slow nature. Makes it extremely more difficult. So he's clearly been shown the intent to go on that shorter length. And I think it's probably the right strategy. It's worked for him already. He's gotten a wicket in this first over. It goes short again. and it won't be a single. So really good over, good start for the Gothams up against the Eagles at the end of 1, 4 for 1.
And we know how important it is, you know, especially getting those early wickets if you're bowling. It creates a lot of pressure.
I wanted to push it.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So the Sunny Purchase grounds here in New York for this US Premier League. This, of course, brought to you by CBTF. And we've already had one day of jam-packed action. And what a day too this is going to promises to be. You've got so much of that skill that we've seen over the, on paper really, on display. And I think you look at the teams and the names that we're going to see later today, Roshni, it makes for some exciting viewing. You don't want to miss this.
Absolutely. I mean, it's only game one. We have 2 more of the action, so a lot of action today for everyone that's joining.
It's going to be Harsh Ramani from the same end, but going to also take up the ball, and he starts with a very slow delivery. Interested to see, though, the line from these seamers of the New York Gothams, because we saw yesterday, I mean, the last ball itself tells you all you need to know in terms of the straight boundaries. Ryan Scott completely dispatching one over long off. The straight boundaries clearly have been an easy way to score and score big. So I just wonder now, after we've seen one day, how do teams adjust and try to take that element out? We've seen already in these first 8 deliveries a real indication of going into the pitch, going short, and taking that drive out.
Absolutely.
So Abhishek still there at the crease. He's going to have to do the bulk of the scoring. Prabhu, he's represented the Somerset Cavaliers in the past, so has a bit of experience. But of course, new tournament for him, new challenge. See if he can get things going, especially after losing an early wicket. Mentioned the importance of the power play. Have to make use. This Gotham's team, we haven't seen them yet, but they pack a punch. The New York Gothams. Oh, that looks good. That looks very good. But the umpire not budging. I have to see if we have that one on replay. That one looked really good, Roshni. I'm going to dive into your umpiring skills there.
I don't think our replay got it.
Nonetheless, though, it was a delivery which was into the pitch. It just seemed to skid on to Prabhu and just didn't adjust in time. I thought the umpire may have looked at the height and also the fact that it could have been sliding down leg. But I thought that was a good shout. On the leg side, we'll have to rebowl that one. But so far, Romani asking questions of this New York Gotham's batting lineup.
Yeah, Romani being a local around here. And definitely for the batsmen, I mean, I think we know how important partnerships are. I mean, they've already lost that early wicket. They're definitely going to need to build up a solid foundation. They have their skipper, Ronak Sharma, who can be very deadly with both the bat and the ball, but they don't want to rely on him right away. They definitely need to get some runs in the bulk, in the start, before Ronak comes to the picture.
Yeah, we saw Ronak Patel throughout that minor league season. It was a big part, not only with his batting, but his bowling as well. Leadership, so expect him to come into the game at some stage, but definitely you don't want to leave it to anyone else, especially in this power play. You want to make use of these first 6 overs. Only 2 fielders allowed outside the 30-yard circle, so you have to make use of the restrictions and see if you can really get your team off to a good start. We saw it yesterday with both teams. Another loud shout. I think that was bat first though, but we saw it yesterday with a couple of the teams getting off to really good starts in the power play, but then losing their way through the middle. So all these factors will come into play today, and we'll have to hope that they can sort of make that adjustment. I think consolidation is key. 20 over game, of course. Yesterday we had 15 overs, today will be the full 20, so teams will get that extra bit of 5 overs to express themselves. On the leg side, going to be runs for the Eagles. The slow outfield yesterday definitely played a part. Roshni will come back to that at the end of this over.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So start of over number 3. Bit of a slow start here for the Carolina Eagles. They've lost 1. They've posted 10 so far. What has been a very good start here from the New York Gothams. Very important games for all the teams. Still going through the first round of team matches. Everyone will be playing their allotted game. Ball turned into the onside. Easy single. And Nikhil, we've seen top quality cricket today, and today we're expecting no less.
Yeah, a couple teams that we haven't seen on display just yet in this tournament will be playing and competing in these first couple of games. The Texas Cowboys, excited to see what they can produce as well. But this Gotham's team, with that international experience that they've got, the Lendl Simmons and Riyad Emrit, will be interesting to see how they sort of fit the mold. I think Lendl Simmons on this ground. We saw Ryan Scott yesterday. We saw Dwayne Smith. If he gets away, could be more destruction, more carnage at the Sunny Purchase.
Of course, we see Riyad Emrit in the lineup. Christopher Ramsaran being part of this game. Or we're watching Raj Patel. He's a quality bowler, a man with minor league experience, and coming to bowl to Budaneni. Very cautious play into the offside, so things have gone pretty well for the New York Gothams. Would have picked up a wicket quite early, and you look at the scoring rate, they're just around 4.8 at the moment, so you can't ask for a better start than that in the power play. It's a very cool condition here at Purchase University ground. We saw some brilliant cricket yesterday. Certainly Ryan Scott lighted up the event. And so runs coming by single. That ball is guided away. That's a good looking shot from Prabhu. Picks up a couple of runs. They're fighting back here.
Yeah, I'm looking around for Lendl Simmons and Emrit in the field. But of course, with the bat in hand, especially Lendl Simmons will have a part to play. They are listed in the playing 11s, Lenny, so expect them to be in this game. Just wonder, are they on the field at the moment?
The fact is, Nikhil, in the last couple of months, Lendl Simmons, both Lendl Simmons and Riyad Emrit has been playing in a lot of U.S. domestic franchise tournaments. Saw them in Virginia just 2 weeks ago at the Unity Cup. So I wouldn't be surprised that they have availed themselves to play in these tournaments, and so they're declared in the 11. And so we'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, 15 for 1. We're in over number 3. Raj Patel has just completed that. So that's the latest score here at the Purchase College ground.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com.
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स।
So the action continues. Harsh Ramani comes back into the attack, or will continue. Would have gone for 6, and will come in to bowl to Abhishek Prabhu. That's a good delivery, just taking pace off the ball, committing Abhishek Prabhu to a prod, and the ball goes through to the keeper.
I've been very impressed though by the length that these seamers have started with. They've all been very consistent on that good length. Have seen very few deliveries turn into half volleys, and it's surprising given the fact that they're bowling with a long on in place. You expect them to be full, but I think what they've done so far has been really effective. And as I say that, he's dispatched into the onside. That's going to be a boundary. Just looking for that good length, but of course in this T20 game often you do miss your length. In the end though, for a man that's been at the crease for a long time, he's not going to miss it on that. So welcome boundary for this Gotham's team. Sorry, the Eagles.
Good shot from Prabhu. Nikhil, I would want to think, having seen the dimensions of this ground yesterday, players will want to make that adjustment, and instead of allowing the batsman to come on the front foot to play the long on, long off shot, we could see a lot more back of a length or even shorter stuff. Allow the batsman to go square, allow the batsman to do some pulling or cutting. And so we could see bowlers taking out the options to really come on your front foot and just go to long off and long on because of the size of this ground.
So Ramani will be looking for that wicket. They started so well taking a wicket in the first over. But this is good bowling though, especially in these power play overs with given the restrictions. To just keep a team to under 6 runs and over. This really has been effective start and an effective bowling effort so far by the Gothams.
So the umpires are Ron McFarlane now leading the charge. He's leading the umpire now. He will pick up the square leg umpire. We saw Brian Kane and the likes of Irfan doing the wrongs yesterday. So Ritesh Patel is the man at square leg. So the two officiating umpire today. We've seen a partnership developing here. 16 so far from Prabhu and Budaneni. And so far a bit of repair damage here. Not bad from the Carolina Eagles. We saw early strike from Raj Patel, but so far the boys have somewhat recovered. And while the run rate is not anything special to talk about, they're still in the rebuilding process. 4 gone, 21 for 1. Be hot today.
Not showing.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com.
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Back at the Sunny Purchase New York venue, it's going to be Riyad Emrit. He's got Atif on his back, but it's definitely Riyad Emrit. So both Emrit and Simmons, the overseas pros for this New York Gotham's team. And of course, they will have a lot to do. And the strong winds actually blowing the boundary up on to the inside of the field. That shows you how strong winds have been. Yesterday, Lenny told me you would have a hot summer day. So far, not seeing it, Lenny, not seeing it. The New York weather hasn't been kind.
It's gonna get up to 80 plus today, Nikhil. Just
Are you sure?
just wait until things unravel. So just trying to get the boundary markers into place. And Riyad Emrit He will be the man to operate here. 21 for 1. And he comes in out the ball to Budaneni. The ball goes down the leg side. Ritesh Patel signals a wide. So the score goes up by 1 to 22 for 1.
Yeah, you see Emirates, tall man, known for his variations, his T20 bowling over the years, so much experience captaining teams. Just string in terms of the line. Once he gets in a rhythm though, much different bowler. It's only a matter of time, I'm sure.
And Nikhil, they'll bank on the experience that he has, having played so many T20 cricket and having gone pretty much around the world doing that.
Yeah, quite easily in the end. Just a single. I don't think the Gothams will mind that too much at this stage. Yes, they want to keep picking up wickets, but if you can keep this run rate, especially through the first 6 overs, to under 6 runs and over, it gives you the opportunity after the power play then to suffocate teams, to dry up run scoring, block those boundary options as well, and that then leads to wickets. So strong winds really affecting things here at this Sunny Purchase. Just tells you how the degree of wind, run out chance in the end gets home.
Yeah, good rebuilding at the moment. 20-run partnership between Budaneni and Prabhu. And I've seen Prabhu bat it before. He's more of a stroke player, taps the ball into open gap, but he's very compact, has good technique. And I wouldn't be surprised if he gets going, Prabhu. He's gonna turn those taps into big shots. And look at that, they've posted a 20-run partnership between Budaneni and Prabhu. And we're watching Emirates, who is just limbering in and just probably trying to put the ball on the spot. 24 for 1.
Well, you mentioned a degree of difficulty in terms of on these synthetic surfaces. You don't get that bit of extra grip. So hard for Emirates to come off his full run. Mind you, we saw the run up of Jasdeep Singh yesterday. But never easy to come off of a lengthy run up and be able to find your footing, which is so important when delivering.
Yeah, sure on that. This one is eased into the offside. Good running here from Prabhu and Budaneni. A partnership building here, 21-run partnership. We saw Jesse Singh running almost, I would want to think, beyond the 30-yard circle. And we also saw Ijaz Safi running from a very long way. We also saw Sohail Awan taking some yards in his run-up. Oh, pulled into the onside. That's a good shot. We'll only get a single, though. And so both Prabhu and Budaneni beginning to form a partnership here. Early loss. They would have lose the wicket of Rajdeep Darbar of the bowling of Raj Patel without scoring. So rebuilding time. And New York Gothams will want to take the opportunity to get through the power plays while they're busy rebuilding and perhaps the distraction. So not timed into the onside, and so that will close out over number 5. And after 5, Carolina Eagles batting first. They're 27 for 1.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So 5 overs done and dusted. 1 remains in this power play. And the Carolina Eagles, given what we've seen, can be a very high-scoring ground. Lenny expects his son to come out later today. So we do think you'd need to get up to at least 140 maybe. And even so, yeah, yesterday we saw Lenny 140 not even being enough to take that game to a super over between the Mavericks and the Cavaliers. What a second game that was to this USPL.
Yeah, I think teams will be looking to go beyond 150 sometimes. But these 20 overs game, the first couple of 20 overs game will give us an assessment of what the par score could look like on the remaining days of this tournament. A big swing and a miss here from Anvesh Budaneni. as Harsh Ramani continues.
Yeah, has struggled for timing. Budaneni. Hasn't connected probably the way he would have wanted to. Good shot. Timed that one well, but the mid-off up in the circle does well. Just keeps it to 1 run.
So 28 for 1. Prabhu on strike. Harsh Ramani is the bowler.
Yeah, this is good bowling though. Have to say, this is good bowling from the Gothams. It's clear that they've come up with a plan which has worked to fruition so far in this power play. They've gone into the pitch on a good length, and it's made it very tough for the Carolina Eagles to score.
Oh, lofted into the onside, finds the gap too, and hits the board. That's 6 runs. So off the bat of Prabhu, and I made mention this is a quality player, and if he settles in long enough, he's gonna make runs.
Yeah, he's been there for a long time. Abhishek Prabhu finally upping the ante, just on the brink of that, the end of the first power play. And as soon as he delivered it, Ramani knew he missed his length. And with just, even though he's got the long on, all he had to do was just be a bit more precise, and he was able to find the maximum.
And Nikhil, we see batsmen still targeting the straightish area. That wide mid-on position is still considered part of that area that is kind of straightish. And I tell you, Abhishek Prabhu, I've seen him bat before. He's a quality player, and if this man stick around long enough, he's gonna turn those taps into ball that is lofted in out of this park. 35 for 1.
He definitely has a look about him though, Prabhu. You can see that if he can get something going, can be a major building block for this Eagles batting lineup. Still have the captain, of course, Ronat Sharma, to come. Ends the power play after 6, 36 for 1.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So the first power play completed. You have to say, Lenny, the Gothams will be probably the happier of the two teams, given the fact that, yes, they've been able to only strike once, but they've kept scoring to a minimum in terms of just 6 runs and over. We'll be happy with that start.
So Emirates will continue. First of all, would have gone for 6. And you've got to applaud the effort here by Budaneni and Prabhu. They've built a 32-run partnership. While it hasn't really been explosive, you get the feeling that they've kept their wicket intact. Prabhu has looked the part.
Yeah, this is an interesting decision, though, by the Gothams. This one should be a couple runs to keep on the chase. Very interested to see Riyad Emrit given a second over here. Usually, most of his overs come at the back end of the innings. He did bowl that one inside the power play, but I thought the captain may have saved him back for that last 5 overs. But nonetheless, of course, today is a 20-over game, so 5 bowlers will get to bowl 4 overs each. Maybe looking for wickets, want to kill this early as opposed to leaving things too late. Brings that long on, up in the circle. Just the deep backward square and the cover on the boundary.
So ball punched through the offside. Could come back for a couple of runs. This is a partnership that's evolving. Chance of a run out. Umpire said not out. But that was a very tight one, Nick.
I just wondered, did he pick it up cleanly? Because from our vantage point, looked a very good shot. Thought he was short by a long way. But I just don't think the keeper collected it cleanly. So, big let-off for the Eagles.
It was a decent throw from the man at square.
Showing the impetus, though, to come back for 2. They want to up the ante now outside of that power play. Try to get some runs on the board. They're only scoring at just above 6 runs and over. So you want to kickstart the innings. You've still got 9 wickets in hand. But obviously not be too rash, because we saw yesterday how teams just went berserk through the middle and lost their way.
So again, a bit of misfielding there. Player might have slipped, but allowing the batsman to come for a couple of runs should have probably be one. We saw the previous ball, a little bit of misjudgment from the ball on the offside would have allowed the batsman to come back for a couple of runs. So not sharp feeling here from the New York Gothams, at least in this over.
Could hear the noise off the bat from that one. But of course, cannon into that field at straight mid wicket. So that's how this game of cricket goes sometimes. Hit it so cleanly and then it just goes straight to the fielder.
So lofted into the onside, finds the gap, 1 bounce, goes away for 4. Budonini on the charge, 46 for 1.
Good manipulation of the field. Knowing exactly where that man at long on was. Tugged it across the body. But because of the pace off option by Emirates, it gave him time. And now Budonini finally getting on the act, opening up a lot more in these last couple overs. Smart batting, smart stuff. And as we saw yesterday, teams have the ability with wickets in hand to really turn it on in the last 5 overs. So if they can consolidate throughout, they could really be looking at that 120 plus total come the, well, actually it's 20 overs, so definitely could be looking at 140, 150. End of 7, 46 for 1.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So if you're now joining us, 7 overs done and dusted, 46 for 1. The Eagles losing the toss, being asked to bat first. Have seen a trend by teams winning the toss on these first 2 days of the USPL. They've been happy to bowl first. Obviously the overcast conditions playing a part. And it's going to be spin for the first time today into the attack for the Gothams.
Yeah, Krishna Bhatia. Quality spinner. This is going to be a very good matchup with Prabhu. And watch for Prabhu to work the ball into the deep areas. A spread field. We're out of the power play. And so 46 for 1. The partnership has gone to 42. He gets an edge. Could pick up a couple of runs here. So 2 more runs here to Carolina Eagles batting first. They're 48 for 1.
Yeah, just carved it away. Carved it away nicely. Prabhu, so smart batting. They have been selective in terms of their shot selection. Haven't taken too many risks, which could be the right way to go given the capitulation we've seen from teams yesterday. But at some stage you think somebody's going to have to give us. And they're going to have to look to score.
So we see Krishna Bhatia, type of bowler that'll probably, he doesn't utilize the full popping crease. He bowls a little bit behind. Oh, lofted into the onside. That's a lovely shot from Abhishek Prabhu. A commanding shot in full control, and that's gone for 6.
Could this be the over? Could this be the over that they need just to kickstart the innings a bit? The Carolina Eagles, Abhishek Prabhu, you spoke about him at length. Lenny, and definitely showing glimpses of a quality player.
Very organized technique and like to use his feet. So far he's batted extremely well up to 31. And Krishna Bhatia under some early pressure here, 8 in the first 3 ball of his bowling spell. And so a fight back from the Carolina Eagles. We cannot miss. It's a 50-run partnership.
Yeah, has been searching for his length a bit in this over, Bhatia. You can see it by the full tosses, the differences in his length, but have to find it quickly. Obviously, at this Sunny Purchase venue, you don't have a lot of margin for error. When you miss, these batters have shown that they can hit it, and hit it a long way as well.
Yeah, I think Budaneni and Prabhu has really come up with a good plan. It's 55 on the board. They're going over 7 runs and over. And while they may not have a very explosive power play session, Nikhil, their plan is to really probably bat through now towards the end. And you never know. Oh, it lofted a little bit in the air, but in the end, well away from the fielder. And so Budaneni and Prabhu continues to build here for the Carolina Eagles. We've seen 10 runs in this over so far. This one has been a very good over for the Eagles. New York Gothams would have come out of a very good power play session, but things are beginning to be taken away from them.
So already 11 from the over. A very good one for the Eagles. At the end of 8, 57 for 1.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So still a lot of time left in this game for the Carolina Eagles. They built a platform, a slow start, now being able to pick things up.
So the tall off spinner, Jason Greaves, comes into the attack. Jason Greaves, originally from Barbados, used to play his cricket in the New York City area with a team called Atlantis. So he comes into the attack here with a very good partnership on tap here. 53 run between Prabhu and Budaneni. Prabhu has really looked impressive.
I'm rooting for my fellow countryman, you know, Lenny. A good man, Jason Greaves. Let's see if he can be as good with the ball in hand as well. Very tall off spinner.
Well, he starts well. A little bit of check stroke here from Prabhu. So out of the reach at the man, a short mid-wicket. And Prabhu survives. Turns the strike over to Anvesh Budaneni. 58 for 1.
This has been effective, though. Effective stuff from the Gothams. They've been well led. You look at the few placings, they've stuck to the plan. Into the surface, always been tough. And I just found yesterday, we saw it too often, where teams search for that full length, search for the Yorkers, missed, and were made to pay. You're going for the safe option, and it's worked so far. A run rate under 7 runs and over with the firepower you have. You won't mind that too much. Straight up. Riyad Emirates a good fielder, and he won't get there.
So they come back for a couple of runs. Emirates surprisingly not charging the ball. Ball falls in front of him, but was in the air for some time. Bit of faulty shot from Anvesh Budaneni, and Jason Greaves might have been a bit unlucky.
Yeah, won't mind those singles too much. This is a fantastic over. Just 4 runs so far from it. If he gets out of this without conceding a boundary in the last delivery, will be a great first over for Graves.
Yeah, he's a quality spinner, used to play in the New York City area. He's not with Atlantis anymore. I'm not too sure if he has moved out of the New York area. He's a quality bowler, having represented Atlantis for several years in New York. Oh, lofted into the offside, doesn't time well the hollow sound of the bat. And so 2 more runs to Prabhu, not a convincing shot. And at the end of 9 is 63 for 1.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So Krishna Bhatia has been given a second over. Force would have gone for 11, and so he comes in here as 63 for 1. 66 balls still to be bowled. 9 overs gone. The partnership is 59. Budaneni and Prabhu out in the middle. Oh, he comes down the track, trying to go big, misses it, and he's gone.
I was just going to speak about the captain throwing the ball back to Bhatia, but knowing that pressure getting to these two in the middle, slower bowler pace off, pulls the length back, and always tough to slog sweep from that length. In the end, missed. The keeper does the rest. Big wicket for the Gothams. They needed that to break this partnership.
So the big partnership of 59 comes to an end. And it comes off the shoulder of Krishna Bhatia. He's picked up 1.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
A huge wicket for the New York Gothams.
So Ronak Sharma comes to the middle. Top quality player. And I recall in October, Nikhil, Ronak Sharma would have been MVP of the series of the American Premier League. Big play on miss. This has been a quality start to his second over from Krishna Bhatia. Not only has he picked up a wicket, but look at that.
I like the flight that he's bowling with as well, Bhatia. Look at the revelations on that ball. Revolutions, sorry. But because he's bowling very slow, allowing the ball to do things. That one much flatter, good veering in terms of that pace, trajectory. And yes, as you said, he delivers from very close to the stumps. Doesn't really utilize the full crease.
Yeah, he's a type of bowler that will probably use half of the bowling crease.
Always something that's interests me in terms of speaking to bowlers and hearing why they actually don't choose to utilize the full crease.
So driven into the onside, Prabhu still looking good. He'll pick up a couple of runs. Stroked well and nicely over the offside.
Sun for the first day. First time today, Lenny.
Nikhil is going to get warm. Just we're in the shadow of the Performing Arts Theatre of Porches College. So maybe a little bit later on, I'm pretty sure you'll have to shed that jacket. Ball worked into the offside. Crisp looking shot. Look at that. It's gone for 4. Bisecting the man at mid-off and mid-on. And that's another lovely shot. Take a look at this.
Almost held on. Almost just out of the reach of Bhatia. And Abhishek Prabhu done all that his teams asked him for. 42 from 30. Just needed some support. But he's the main reason why they've got this platform. We'll be very happy with this start to the USPL. But you got to kick on. Got to continue. Job not over yet for your team. See them to at least the 15th over. Can tell you if he bats to the 15th over, they'll be in a good position to post a good total. More work for the keeper to do. Come back for 2. This is good batting. Smart cricket from the Eagles, because even though they've lost the wicket in the over, they're still able to get 9 from it. At the end of 10, the halfway stage, 72 for 2.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So Graves, the off spinner, a really good start to his spell. Expect him and Bhatia to do the bulk of the bowling in these middle overs. Did see spin work and punt be punished yesterday, Lenny. Kevin Shaw conceding 20 in that last over to carry the game to a super over. His team still won in the end, but whoo, that was something. That was a spectacle.
Yeah, he took Ryan Scott. It was a very good matchup between Ryan Scott and Jesse Singh. Doesn't get better than that. And in the end, Ryan Scott, another good-looking shot here from Prabhu, picks up a single and pushes the score up to 74 for 2.
It's a lot of overs left to bat. Even though, yes, they've only scored at 7 runs and over, you have a platform. You've done the hard yards to get your team into this position. Abhishek probably can't throw it away now. He's got to ensure that he stays and remains at the crease as the set batter. Allow Ronit Sharma to take his time, get in. And once that happens, you then begin to develop that partnership, take the game away from the Gothams. I know I make it sound easy, Lenny, but I'm telling you, it's a good thing I'm here in the commentary box.
So Prabhu one strike. Oh, straight into the hands of the man. A short cover. And a big innings comes to an end. Prabhu gone for 44. Jason Graves strikes 75 for 3.
Well, he deserves that wicket because he's been creating opportunities for wicket taking. And a good catch at extra cover. Again into the pitch. So tough to get the power and elevation behind. Big wicket. The third goes down for the Eagles.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So with that third wicket going down, Jason Graves asking the right questions. These last couple of overs between him and Bhatia have pulled the game much closer to the favor of the New York Gothams. What I like about Jason Graves is he keeps it very simple. Not trying too much as an off spinner. Not looking for too much as well. Happy to just keep things very simple. And look to string together those dot deliveries, which has proven that they can work for him and he can get wickets, produce opportunities to take wickets for his team.
Yeah, Graves have been good so far. Not a single ball has crossed the rope or gone over the rope. That's a lovely shot from Ronak Sharma. He's a top quality player. Look at that, a couple of good runs there.
Well, again, the outfield, because on a good day or usual day, that would have been 4. But the key thing is that the sun has come out. So I just wonder the impact now as the day dries out. We had a bit of overnight dew. As the day dries out, how much will it impact teams batting second? Obviously, the Gothams, when they come to bat, the outfield could be a lot faster. All these factors. This is why this game of cricket is just so fantastic. All these different variables can come into play.
Yes, Nick, and the fact is, this one swept into the onside. We'll only get a single this time, Ronak Sharma. Ball goes up to Lendl Simmons, West Indies player. Yeah, certainly we'll have to factor in another 20 or 25 runs because of this rapid pace of this ground. So 11 gone, 79 for 3.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ।
So 9 overs left. The Eagles, work to be done if they want to get up to a competitive total. Ronak Sharma, very important at this stage.
Yeah, Ronak Sharma, top quality player. He's going to be a key man here. He's one of the top batter. And he bats at what, number 4? Bats at number 5 today.
Cutting this one, cutting well. Again, the slow outfield. Not doing them any justice for these good strokes. They're timing it well, to be honest. Just haven't really been able to find the boundary with great regularity. Just 2 boundaries, no, 3 boundaries and 2 sixes. Not really what we're used to seeing on such a small ground.
Yeah, and those couple of boundaries, 2 sixes and 2 fours. In fact, 3 fours. 4 of those boundaries would have come off the bat of Prabhu, and the other one, of course, off the bat of Budaneni. So Krishna Bhatia, 1 for 21 so far, will come into bowl to Ronak Sharma, the captain of Carolina Eagles. Oh, lofted over the infield, through the offside. And that's a lovely shot from Ronak Sharma for 4. Look at that.
Well, even the slow outfield couldn't stop that. Ronak Sharma, so important now, the captain, to lead his team. With the absence of Abhishek Prabhu, he's got to be the man that takes up the bulk of the scoring in these remaining 9 overs. Has to ensure he stays there to the end if they want to get up to something competitive. It's a long batting lineup for the Gothams. Mentioned the international players that they've brought in. You want to give yourself that cushion. Something for your bowlers to bowl at as well, defend. Ronak Sharma was so important.
And I made the point, Ronak Sharma would have been voted MVP in the APL. Got close to 300 runs in that series, and he's a quality leg spinner. Wait until he's been given the ball. Complete all-rounders, Ronak Sharma. And he comes in here with Hiren Patel. Hiren Patel comes out of the New Jersey Stallions. He's their Ricky keeper and a man who could bat. So a lot of these boys, Nikhil, will be hoping that they could get a good knock as they head into minor league cricket starting next weekend all across the country. And the likes of Hiren Patel, certainly a very active individual from the New Jersey area, will be one of the players on showcase. Oh, straight down the ground. That's a lovely shot. Went like a tracer bullet. Can't stop that.
Just look at the power. Look at the power from Ronak Sharma. Doesn't muscle the ball, but I think it was all timing. Very full from Bhatia because he flighted it. It was so slow. It gave Sharma the time. And just able to hit it hard enough that even Bhatia, with his quick reflexes, couldn't stop it and prevent it from going into the boundary. Much faster delivery in terms of pace. But this is a very good over for the Eagles on the charge at the moment. 93 for 3.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
Graves, I expect him to bowl his full 4-quarter. I think if I was the captain, I probably would opt to bowl him straight through. The momentum that he's been in, the rhythm that he's clearly in as well, just taking a wicket for you in the last over. Been very hard to score off of, score boundaries off of. Hasn't conceded a boundary yet, Jason Graves. Come out for 2 though. This is good running by good cricket overall by Sharma and the Eagles.
Yeah, quality batters out in the middle. Good running, good understanding. And you look at Jason Graves coming into this over 2 overs, no made 1 for 14. He's kept it at 7 runs and over. But you get the feeling, Nick, that the Carolina Eagles are quite content with a run rate that has been hovering about 7 runs and over, which is not bad. At this stage of the game, they've kept wickets intact. And they've just tapped the ball in open spaces, and their running has been good.
But I'm not too sure about the depth of this Eagles batting lineup. But if they can get up to maybe 115 or 120 would be great at the 15th over. Then they really on the cards for a 160, 170 total. Almost the understanding is, look at that. It was a powerful throw. It's going to be overthrows as well. Looking for the run out. It's going to be 4 of them. So the wheels falling off for the New York Gothams after such a good start. That's what pressure and Ronak Sharma is doing to them.
So 5 to Ronak Sharma. That will certainly bring up the 100.
This has been really good stuff. Even though the Gothams have kept it tight, the main thing is that they haven't lost wickets. They've taken the game deep. Now it's all about how they finish this innings. But I was mentioning, Lenny, obviously in the last 5 overs in T20 cricket, you expect to score in and around 10 runs and over. From this stage, they will get well past 160 if they can do that.
Yeah, the batting styles of the Carolina Eagles. They're a well-suited team to get 6-7 runs and over. But you never know where we can see a more aggressive approach. Sometimes you can still tap the ball around and get up to 140, 150. Ronak Sharma is a quality player. It's 101 for 3. Graves bowling as 1 for 22 at the moment. Would have picked up the wicket of the important wicket of Abhishek Prabhu. Quality player. We've seen 8 runs in this over so far. It's 101 for 3. So ball cut away by Ronak Sharma. Will only fetch him a single that takes the score up to 102 for 3. We're in over number 13. Being bowled here by the off spinner Jason Graves. We've seen 5 bowlers used here by the New York Gothams.
So because of that 5, it actually makes Graves' figures look more expensive than they really are. Ends another decent over from him. Besides those 5 overthrows. End of 13, one of
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Things developing nicely. This game well poised at the moment. And I can't be seeing right. England posting 498 runs against the Netherlands in that first one international. This is going to be more runs for the Eagles. Found the gap well. Ronald Sharma, he's batted really well so far. 498 in 50 overs. Joss Butler, 162 from 70 balls. That's unbelievable. 498 runs in a 50-over game. Wow.
So Hiran Patel picks up a couple of runs. It's 105 for 3.
300s in that innings for England. I thought what we saw from Ryan Scott and Dwayne Smith yesterday was carnage, but they have another definition of the word carnage.
So Usman Ashraf comes into the attack. He has had a brief run at the U.S. national level. Would have played for the U.S. several years ago. A brief stint up there. Quality leg spinner. Little bit of Paul Adams.
Interesting time though to go to a new bowling option, especially a leg spinner. Could be a big risk for a captain. You bring a leg spinner on, doesn't get it right, and you end up going for runs and changing, well, adding to the momentum that the Eagles have already built. So it's a bold move. So far though, Usman Ashraf has held his own.
So he comes in here, it's 106 for 3. Ranak Sharma, he's looked solid, he's up to 21. Oh, driven straight down the ground. That's a lovely shot. Only get a single.
Yeah, Sharma really times the ball so well. Because even on this slow field, it just tells you how well he's really timed it. It's flying to the fielders.
Yes, Nikhil, if you watch Ranak Sharma bats on more synthetic turf, this one is still a little bit of matting surface. But if you go like for example, if you go to Florida and Texas and where you see these green matting synthetic turf, Ranak Sharma, he has a very strong forearm, punches the ball with some bit of power, has good technique. Into the offside. That's a lovely shot. Finds the gap is Ranak Sharma. And look at that. It's gone away for 4.
Well, it's smart batting from Hiran Patel. He's been at the other end. He's watched the Ranak Sharma show. And then when he's got the delivery just too full from Ashraf, he's put it away. Smart batting this from the Eagles. End of 14 overs, 111 for 3.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Sharma picks up another run. It's 112 for 3. 15th over in progress.
Yeah, 6 overs remain. Good position to be in with 7 wickets in hand. Definitely would be disappointed, I think, if they don't get 150. This one in the air, almost held on. In the end, it's 6. How costly could that be? It was Hiran Patel who's in on the act now. Graves just getting a bit too full. Opening up. We mentioned how ready these batsmen have been in this USPL to take on that straight boundary.
Yeah, good effort from the man at long off. Got both hands to the ball but couldn't hold on. And that has gone for 6. It goes into the air again. Fielder comes around. Usman Ashraf, he takes a good running catch. And that's the end of Hiren Patel. It's 119 for 4.
Big wicket for this Gotham's team. A 44-run partnership was just meandering and developing into the last 5 overs. But in the end, Graves holding his nerve and striking. Big wicket for the New York Gothams to get back in this game.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So Graves has got 2 wickets, and he's been very important to the Gothams getting back into this game. He's picked up 2 crucial wickets as well. You're now joining us, the USPL. Don't miss it. 4 days with 5 days of action-packed cricket. We're in day 2. You don't want to miss great cricket. Fantastic to see, though, Lenny, that you've got a tournament like this where you can provide sort of an opportunity for the local talent here in New York and across the United States to mix with the Lender Simmons, the Riyadh Emirates, and we saw yesterday Dwayne Smiths. It'll do a lot for them in terms of their experience.
Yes, Nikhil, and what it does for the local players, give them an assessment of where their level is.
So halfway in the 15th over, and I mentioned getting up to that 120 mark by the 15th. They've done just that. So just a hold up in play.
So it appears the new man is Ankaraju, Murali Ankaraju, another minor league player. And he comes out here. It's 118 for 4, 33 balls still to be bowled. Graves has picked up his 2nd wicket. He's bowling at 2 for 31.
I think definitely more than 150 on the cards. It's going to take a good batting performance from the Gothams if they're to chase this down.
So we're back with the cricket, and we are Radak Sharma on strike. And it's 118 for 4. Here we go. Ball worked into the onside. Easy single. And that brings Ankaraju quite quickly out to strike.
Well, just a look at sort of the options that he's got at his disposal. Come back to that after this delivery. Good work. Really good fielding from Graves. Look at the good bowling. Much faster delivery from Graves. Closing out this over well. Ending it with a dot. He's got a wicket. The crucial wicket in the over as well. 119 for 4.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले Visit cbtfspeednews.com.
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So Raj Patel comes back into the attack for his second bowling spell. 1 for 9 in his earliest spell, bowled well. Initially, we saw very, very tepid and very lukewarm power play for the New York Gothams, but you get the feeling that it's going to be a different situation now with Ronak Sharma. He's up to 24. He's batted exceptionally well. He's held up one side. Ankaraju has just come to the crease. We've seen a fall of 4. And you look at his scorecard there on the screen, it's 119 for 4, still 30 balls remaining. We're going the full 20 today, day 2 of the USPL, and we're coming to you live from the Purchase University Cricket Ground. Wonderful facility here, Nikhil. Tents spread across all around the circumference of this ground, and we saw a decent crowd yesterday. And I'll tell you why the crowd looks a little bit better yesterday than many other tournaments, is that because there's only one pitch we're playing on, so all the teams has to be in this facility and they watch. We're always used to several pitches having different matches where teams will go off and do their own thing. Smashed into the onside. It's gone a long way. In fact, it has gone for 6. And the fielder takes a very good catch, but 6 runs here for Ankaraju.
But exactly what's required in this situation. Got the platform, got wickets in hand. Can't afford to go after the bowling. Really good, well put together stuff from this Eagles team. Not much big flashy names, but they've just stuck to the plans well, kept it very basic and simple. And the fundamentals paying off for them at the moment.
So it's 126, 28 balls to be bowled. Raj Patel. And Ankaraju gets a very good ball and goes through to the keeper. But just coming back to the build-up of the crowd yesterday afternoon, Nikhil, usually we go to all these T20 tournaments in the United States where they have 4 or 5 pitches and everybody's, and because of the tight scheduling of the fixtures, team goes off, they play on ground 1, ground 2, and there's nobody to watch except the 2 teams. But yesterday what we saw, there's only 1 pitch used for this tournament, and so everybody is in the complex here, and they're around the ground, they're waiting their turn and they're watching the cricket. So that's a little bit of crowd build-up. And we saw later on yesterday afternoon, there was quite a build-up with some lacrosse youngsters who was waiting to get onto the field. So what a game and atmosphere we had yesterday. It's 127 for 4. This over's gone for 8 from Raj Patel. He comes in to bowl to Ronak Sharma. And Sharma is guiding this one. That's a lovely shot, running up towards the backward point boundary. We say it was going to be a faster outfield. And they come back for a couple of runs. It's 129 for 4, Nikhil.
Yeah, Ronak Sharma's done this so well. Hasn't looked to muscle the ball to all parts of the ground. He's just been so selective, knowing exactly where the fielders are in the deep. And he's been able to position the ball past them and pick up those 1s and 2s. It's just 2 4s hit by Ronak Sharma in this knock of 27. It tells you just how well he's manipulated the gaps and been able to run hard between the wickets.
So ball worked into the onside. That will conclude things. 16 overs gone. It's 131 for 4.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Just 4 overs remain. Surely at 8 runs and over, can easily get up to 160. Remember, this is a team that was only 36 for 1 inside the power play. Now Riyad Emirates and the Gothams have got to find a way to keep them down. Probably need to take wickets. The one of Ronat Sharma as well.
Yeah, we saw earlier on a big partnership from Prabhu, 59-run partnership with Budaneni. And we also saw Hiran Patel, Ranak Sharma, who posted a 44-run partnership. So we've seen two major ones. Are we coming down to the last 24 balls as Riyad Emirates comes back into the attack? And we'll come into both. Ranak Sharma, the captain, he's batted well. Oh, he cuts and cuts well. Couldn't pick up runs here. In fact, will only be one. But Ranak Sharma, in fact, now it's two. And so 2 runs off the bat of Ranak Sharma.
Yeah, the wheels have fallen off a bit for the Gothams. Started so well, just kept them to 72 after the first 10. But a key integral part was that middle period between overs 10 to 15. Look at the wins.
Yeah, it has to do with the win at the side of a building, not necessarily has been. So ball played into the onside. Good looking shot here from Sharma. Will pick up 2 more runs. And he continues to bat well here. It's 134 for 4.
A very crafty player, Ronat Sharma. I was mentioning though, in that middle period between overs 10 to 15, 47 runs scored. That's almost 10 runs and over. That time when Ronat Sharma and Abhishek Prabhu were at the crease together in that 59-run partnership.
So the tents are being put in place. And that's the Pennsylvania Cavaliers tent has taken off. A mini hurricane or crack through the offside. Classy looking shot from Ranak Sharma. That's 4 runs.
Wow. Margin of error so minimal. Even in a time where you want to go into the pitch, take away that straight boundary scoring option. With point up in the circle, you can't afford to be too short. Emirates, man with T20 international experience. Ronat Sharma though, not phased.
So it's 138 for 4. That ball would have gone for 4. A cracking shot off the bat of Ranak Sharma. Now he picks up a single. It's 139 for 4. So a couple of balls more in this over. This over's gone for 9 so far. So another single here from Ankaraju pushes the score up to 139. 139 for 4. We are in the 17th over. And Ranak Sharma comes back into strike 1. 39 for 4. We are in over number 17.
So Emirates just got 1 over remaining after this. Expect him to probably bowl the penultimate in the innings. An expensive one though for him. And
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So Lendl Simmons has been given the ball. It's 140.
yeah, interesting choice to go to Lendl Simmons at this stage of the innings. Runs coming for the Eagles. I just wonder if Simmons may have told the captain, give me the ball, more experienced player. Haven't seen too much of Lendl Simmons with the ball in hand though throughout his T20 career. Known for the destruction he causes at the top of the order. That's interesting.
So he starts by giving up a run. It's 141 for 4, 17 balls remaining. And Nikhil, it's even more interesting. He comes into ball at the death. So into the onside. Jason Grave comes around, takes a very easy catch in the end. And Ankar Raju has to go. It's 141 for 5.
But not only does he come into bowl at a very important time, he takes a crucial wicket for his team, Lendl Simmons. And that's what your experienced players, that's what you bring them for, to take wickets. Knowing that the square boundary is much bigger. Into the pitch, forcing him to pull. Good cricket from Simmons. Graves does the rest. 5th wicket goes down.
Yeah, Ankar Raju. Not perhaps timing it too well.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So Ramsaran comes to the middle, Christopher Ramsaran. And that's Christopher with a K. We've got 16 balls remaining. Lendl Simmons, ball cracked into the offside, could pick up a couple of runs here. In fact, they're settled for one, and that might have been. Ronak Sharma might be saying, let's stay one.
They know each other well. Ramsaran, Lendl Simmons, both being from Trinidad. Just 2 runs and a wicket from Lendl Simmons' first over in this game. Could this be the momentum shifting over? Have to get this wicket though of Ronak Sharma. Then I think you'll be well back into this game. You can keep him to 160 or less.
So Sharma comes down the track. Good adjustment here from Lendl Simmons, and will pick up a couple of runs. And so Nikhil, what essentially is happening here is that Ronak Sharma will have to bat through the next 14 balls. We haven't seen too much of a resistance apart from Prabhu. But Ronak Sharma is playing a very good hand. He will need to get a 50 and maybe a little bit beyond that. And Simmons has bowled a very good over so far. Oh, that's another quality delivery. Good feeling to his own bowling, preventing a single. And this over's only gone for 4.
Just 4 runs conceded in this over. Wow. At this stage, team scoring at 8 runs and over. Last.
I would have picked up the wicket of Ankar Raju too. So 13 balls remaining. Ronak Sharma still on strike, and here is Lendl Simmons off a bit of a longish run. Oh, into the onside. Has he found the gap? Yes, he has. May have gone upstairs. Yes. Hit the boundary bar, and that has gone for 6. Take a look.
Really good flick from Ronak Sharma and ended what was such a good over for the Gotham's team with a maximum 150 for 5 after 18 overs.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So the 150 comes up here for the Carolina Eagles. How good is that, Nikhil? There's still a couple overs to go. And they'll be targeting maybe another 20 runs. Ronak Sharma is still out in the middle. The dimensions in this ground could favor straight hitting, and it's all in the favor of the batsman, Christopher Ramsaran. He will have to get going quickly. He's a quality player, but all will be focusing on Sharma. Here is Emrit. Oh, he takes the stump out of the ground, and that's the end of Christopher Ramsaran. Riyad Emrit has struck.
Big inside edge, looking to pull into the onside. And Emrit, just another seam up delivery into the pitch. Doesn't have to do much. Very tough to pull. Wasn't short enough. And in the end, able to get a crucial wicket. So they continue to pick up wickets. Could be the difference between a team scoring 150 or 175. Sorry, not 150, more like 160. Have to close out these remaining 12 deliveries. Well, if they do that, could be game deciding.
Yes, Nikhil, we saw very quality 17th over from Lendl Simmons. And we've seen a very good start here to the 18th, in fact to the 19th here by Lendl Simmons. In fact, by Riyad Emrit, as he's taken out his countryman Christopher Ramsaran. So Stray Palmer comes to the middle. And when Carolina Eagle goes out to bowl, Stray Palmer should be one of their main fast bowler. He's a quality bowler, Stray Palmer, but he comes in here with 11 balls remaining. So ball hoist into the onside, backward square that goes, and it goes away for 4. Good start here from Stray Palmer.
Well, where was Stray a couple overs ago, Lenny? What a start. Just first delivery, able to hit into the boundary for 4.
Yeah, he's a quality fast bowler, but these days in T20 cricket, everybody knows how to swing the bat at times. You've got to come up with something to add to the scoring card. Gone are the days when batsmen didn't know anything about batting at all, but in fact you see some of the bowlers, they walk into the ground with big bags, Nikhil, and they've got 3 bats in those bags, and they're fast bowlers. So ball turned into the onside, good rotation of strike. He wants to give Ronak Sharma the strike. He's up to 46, and it's 155 for 6.
So still 10 deliveries remaining in this innings. T20 is such a momentum game. Could go either way. You get maybe 20 from this next 10, get up to 175. The psychological advantage as well with those runs on the board. On the flip side, the Gothams can close it out well, keep them to 161, 65. They then go into the innings break with that bit of extra bit of momentum.
So this over's gone for 7 so far. We've seen a wicket, we've seen a 4. Ronak Sharma, he's up to 43. We saw 150 yesterday, that of the bat of Ryan Scott. He got 77, but we have seen a couple of 46 yesterday. Oh, struck well, firmly down the ground, beats the man at mid-off and mid-on. And that's gone away for 4.
Well, he's done this so well throughout the day, Ronak Sharma. Been able to manipulate the field to his advantage, knowing exactly where that long one was positioned. Hitting it wide, plays the ball so late, Sharma. Really good player, really good start to the USPL for the captain.
So 11 off this over. This has been a very good over here for the Carolina Eagles. One of the rare short one here from Riyad Emrit, and it beats Ronak Sharma, goes through to the keeper, so 19 overs gone. It's 161 for 6. Look at the climb of this delivery. Yeah. And it goes through to the keeper. 161 for 6.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So Lendl Simmons will finish up here. Very unlikely you'd be thinking that Lendl Simmons will be bowling the 20th over, Nikhil, but he's picked up 1 for 10 in his first, so The captain has allowed him to come back here. Will be bowling to Stray Palmer.
Probably deserves it, to be honest, given the last over that he bowled. An expensive over from Riyad Emirates, though, 11 coming from it. By his standards, with his experience, expensive. Not an easy ground to bowl on, though, this Sunny Purchase, because of the small dimensions, especially straight. See how Simmons can close up this innings. Bang! Stand and deliver from Ronak Sharma. Goes to 50 in style. It's actually Stray Palmer. What a shot that was, though. Just too full from Lendl Simmons.
Yes, Stray Palmer has been quite productive. We've seen a 6 now, and then an earlier 4. And this one has gone a long way into the park. It's 167 for 6. Look at that. So better delivery here from Lendl Simmons.
Interesting option, though, to go back to that full length. The difference was the execution. This time he was able to execute that Yorker. Made it very tough for the lower order batter Palmer to get his hands through that one. So if he wants to be full, you cannot afford to miss your length. Have to look for the Yorkers and execute.
So a couple of good balls here from Lendl Simmons. He has beaten the bat twice of Stray Palmer. And Ronak Sharma with 3 balls remaining can get down to the striker's end.
Roshan,
67 for 6. Now he will be on strike, Ronak Sharma. And Zaga's got 2 balls
no halftime.
to finish up the inning.
We're not doing that interview at halftime. We're not doing the interview at halftime.
68 for 6.
The interview at halftime.
This over's gone for 7 so far. Not a bad over here from Lendl Simmons, but with 2 balls remaining. The big man, Ronak Sharma, approaching a 50. He's up on 47. And we've got 2 balls remaining. Here we go. Lendl Simmons to Sharma. And Sharma picks up his 50. This one into the onside. Gone for 6. And 50 to Ronak Sharma.
Well, he deserves that, Ronak Sharma, the captain. He's led his team from the front. Just all the power through the hips on that one. Very short from Lendl Simmons. And on this small ground, hitting it in front of square. This has been some batting. What a way to end the innings as well. They started slowly, consolidated, just losing a wicket inside the power play. And it's proven beneficial to them. The fact that they've been able to keep wickets in hand.
So final ball coming up. Simmons to Sharma. Sharma goes deep into the onside. And that one has gone for 6. So a couple of 6 to finish things off. And a couple of big strike here from Ronak Sharma. And it's 180 at the end of 20, Nikhil.
61 runs scored in the last 5 overs by Ronak Sharma and his team. What a performance this has been. What a score on the board. 180. You can't ask for a better start to your first game of this CBTF USPL. They'll feel very good about that. The captain is led from the front. Prabhu was good with his 44. But all in all, the Eagles, even given the deep Gotham's batting lineup, have given themselves something to bowl at. Ladies and gentlemen, based on what we've seen throughout this USPL, you don't want to go anywhere. We'll take a short break. And when we return,
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
We're here at the mid-innings break, and I have with me Ronak Sharma, 59 off of 32, and those 2 sixes at the end to seal the deal. Your first match in the tournament and coming out here with the half century, how does it feel?
Feels good. The wicket was a little challenging. I thought the ball is not coming onto the bat that well. So I think my only aim was to get the team to a respectable total, and I'm glad I could pull it off.
Yeah, speaking of that total, 180 on the board, how do you feel about that?
It is a competitive total. The wicket is not that easy, so I'm backing my team to defend that.
Absolutely, and I know they put you into bat. So after losing that, early wicket, Abhishek and Avnish, building that partnership, and I think everyone that came in, adding in some runs, and obviously you sealing in the deal for the team. Hopefully, that'll be a good total for you guys. And when it comes to the bowling, tell me a little bit about the bowling attack you guys have.
That was the plan. The way Abhishek and Anveshan batted, that's exactly how the plan was. And we have a mix. We have a variety of bowlers. I don't want to divulge a lot of details. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, well, all the best, Ronak. Thank you. So we're back to the studio, and I'll head over to the New York Gothams to get the next interview. Thank you. I'm here with Jason Greaves from the New York Gothams, taking in 2 wickets, especially the steady batsman that they had, Abhishek. How does it feel, being a part of the tournament?
Amazing, man. The ability to get an opportunity on a tournament like this is very amazing, so just trying to grasp it with both hands.
And especially when it comes to playing on a wicket like this and taking those 2 wickets, what was your approach?
At that stage of the game, it was about containment because they got off to a little bit of a flyer. So it's just a matter of containing and try to be as simple as possible and bowl my best ball at all times.
And they've put 180 on the board, so what do you think? I know you guys have a great batting lineup as well.
I think 180 is about par on this ground, especially with the dimensions of the field. So it's just a matter of planning well and executing like back end.
Well, thank you, Jason. All the best.
Thank you so much.
The second innings is just about to start. We have the New York Gothams versus the Carolina Eagles. Stay tuned and back to the comm box.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead. जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead. अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So welcome back. Usman Ashraf and Lendl Simmons has made their way to the middle. And it appears Poojan Modi has been given the ball, so we're just about getting ready for the reply. 181 needed from 120 balls, asking 9 runs and over pretty much. And so Poojan Modi will get ready to come into bowl to Usman Ashraf. Very quality batter is Ashraf. And he starts with a wide ball sliding down the leg side. Umpire Ritesh Patel gives us that signal. So things are on the way here for the New York Gothams. And now they require 180 from the next 120 balls. Lendl Simmons has come out with Usman Ashraf. And Lendl Simmons needs no introduction to cricket. A man who has done it all at the international level. Ball played into the onside. Should have done a little bit more with a full toss. Poor delivery here from Poojan Modi. And so things are on the way here. 180 posted by the Carolina Eagles. Certainly led by a well-played 50 from Ronak Sharma. And we saw a beautiful 44 from Abhishek Prabhu. Ball sliding down the leg side. So a couple of wides will be added to the scorecard. As we welcome back into the box, Nikhil Uttamchandani. Nikhil 3 without loss. They need 178 from 119 balls. This is going to be a very interesting chase as Lendl Simmons gets ready to face his first ball.
Well, this man very important, Lendl Simmons, to this run chase, and that would be an important wicket for the Eagles.
So straight away he goes to work, but can't beat the offside field. And Pujan Modi will be quite happy to know that he is, for the time being, restricted one of the best in T20 cricket out of the West Indies, Lendl Simmons.
Yeah, he's had some destructive years in his career, Lendl Simmons, both in the IPL for obviously the Mumbai Indians,
No ball.
at the World Cup for the West Indies, such an illustrious career in the CPL for TKR, and that's what not to do to Lendl Simmons. You don't give him a chance to get going with a free hit.
So free hit ball. Pujan Modi might have bowled the ball off the mat, and he comes in to bowl the free hit ball. Lendl Simmons gets a very good delivery, can't score. So no trouble there at all from Pujan Modi with that no ball.
Yeah, went pace off, good option, but had to execute, did that well. Always tough though, especially early on for that transition to the synthetic surface. Much slower, so Lendl Simmons is going to have to adapt his game.
It's a good bowling here from Pujan Modi. Lendl Simmons going for all his work. Can't make enough contact onto the ball, but he gets a single and he's off the mark and brings Usman Ashraf on strike. And one of Usman Ashraf's favorite shot, Nikhil, will be the extra cover up his shot. He loves to play that shot. Let's see if he gets it going today. Ball going down the leg side. So this has been a very indisciplined start here from Pujan Modi. And so far he's only bowled 4 legal balls and he's gone up to 6 runs in the over so far.
But I think if they take one thing from the Eagles' batting performance is ensuring that they have wickets in hand. It's 180 you need to win, and not the biggest of grounds. You have to take the game deep. Obviously maximize the power play, but try not to lose too many wickets in the process. These two are very important to the run chase for the Gothams. Being gifted extras so far, just 1 run off the bat in this first over. Already 7 scored.
Well, he has run up 8 times already, Pujan Modi. We've seen everything in this over. We've seen no balls. We've seen several wides. We've seen a couple of faulty shots, one played by Lendl Simmons, and so we've seen so much in this over so far. He's run up 8 times already. Over should have been completed 2 balls ago. Ball driven into the straight part of the ground. Good fielding. Gets a single. Yes, Usman Ashraf, and brings the hard-hitting Lendl Simmons onto strike.
Yeah, exactly 9 runs and over needed from the onset for the Gothams team. I think the power play, how often have we seen though teams able to get off to a flying start, maybe score 9 and 10 runs and over inside the first 6? It helps you take the pressure off the rest of the batting lineup in terms of chasing that big total. You know exactly what you need to chase. You have the luxury of constructing the innings for that. This is not good stuff though from Modiv.
So Pujan Modi has bowled another no ball. Ball has gone out of the matting.
I think it was a wide signal by the umpire. And going to be another one as well. So trying to bowl wide outside the off stump to Lendl Simmons. Look at it again. You can clearly see the plan. Trying to bowl wide and take the option of down the ground away from him, but just pass that tram line. Probably a good call in the end by umpire Patels.
So better ball to finish up the first over, but a lot has happened in this first over. 10 of the first over by Pujan Modi.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
just 1 run scored off the bat. How do you ever see that?
Yeah, that over's gone for quite a few.
A 13 ball over. The first over. Wow. He's literally bowled 2 overs, Modiv. Conceded 10 runs. So the Gothams being gifted 9 extras already in that first over. Got to be more disciplined than that. You have a score, you know what you have to defend.
Yeah, and the umpires who are keeping a very tight lid on the timing of games will not be happy with the way Pujan Modi has gone about his business. Trey Palmer has been given the ball. He's a quality seamer, this Trey Palmer. I've seen him bowl before. And at the local league level, Nikhil, he's one of the top bowlers here, but you would want to think at this USPL, the level could be a little notch up than local cricket, but a good exposure for him. And the fact is, he'll be bowling to Usman Ashraf now. I'm pretty sure maybe down in this over to Lendell Simmons, one of the best in the world.
Already timed that one well, but just found the point fielder, picked out the point fielder, Usman Ashraf.
So Usman Ashraf is the man on strike. Lendell Simmons at the non-striker's end, and it's 171 needed from 113 balls. Couple of good balls here from Trey Palmer. He started well, trying to make up for Pujan Modi, who ran up several times, giving away 10 in the first over.
Several? 13 times. That's more than several, Lenny.
And the fact is, only a couple of runs off the bat. I think one of one of Simmons and one of Ashraf. Not too sure if Ranak Sharma will ask him to come again. Good bowling here from Trey Palmer. Good control. And he's kept Usman Ashraf on a very tight lid. 10 for no loss. So they still need 171 from 111 ball. Asking 9.2. That's a good required run rate to bowl for.
They're rotating the strike well. These two. So you can see, because of 4 good deliveries, that run rate has dropped to below 7 after scoring 10 from the first over. So don't need to panic. Long game, 20 overs is a long time. But still, you want to be able to score. You want to see Lendell Simmons getting the ball to the boundary and getting underway in this run chase.
I remember a couple of weeks ago at the Unity Cup out in Virginia, Lendell Simmons, Dinesh Ramdin, Rayad Ahmed, they were on a team. And the fact is, Lendell Simmons batted at 3 and 4 in that side, and in one of the quarterfinal game, they were chasing 201 or 214, and Lendell Simmons came out at number 5. A game that they lost. And everyone criticized the batting order. Why, with 200 on the board, you're chasing 200 on the board. It will be the best time probably to send Lendell Simmons between 1 and 2. He came out at number 5. They lost that game. Team was heavily criticized for why allow Simmons to bat at 5 chasing 200 runs. Team captain by Dinesh Ramdin.
A superb over from Trey Palmer. Just 1 run conceded. End of 2, 11 for none.
Yes, Trey Palmer has held his own.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So 11 off the first 2 overs. CBTF, of course, the title sponsor of this USPL. Wouldn't be possible without them.
So the next game coming up will be the Texas Cowboys. First time we'll be seeing them. And they'll be coming up against the Maryland Mavericks. We saw them yesterday playing a very exciting last game. The game went down to the last ball, so they'll be up with the Texas Cowboys. Their opening game as Jigar Patel given the ball. And he starts well. So we've seen a very good over from Stray Palmer. We've seen a good ball from Jigar Patel. And we've seen an over from Pujan Modi that took a while to finish. It's 11 for 1, still requiring 170 to win this match.
And after those first 6 deliveries, they've really come back well.
So the New York Gothams and Carolina Eagles playing their first match of this series. And this match is long away from a result. Still a long way to go. 170 to win, 107 balls to bowl, and all 10 wickets intact. Oh, smash straight down the ground from Usman Ashraf. Waited a long time for a poor delivery. It finally comes.
Well, it was a gift given to Ashraf. Full toss. Mentioned the small straight boundary. He's not going to miss out on that. Connected well. You heard the sound as soon as he hit it. You knew it was a 6.
Good shot from Usman Ashraf. Poor delivery from Jigar Patel. The ball essentially is gone when the ball rolls into the parking lot, Nikhil. And once it goes to the road, the roaded surface on the parking lot, it could go a very, very far away, several yards. So that will take some time to retrieve. Umpire Ritesh Patel just want to make sure that that's the ball from this game. This ground has hosted many matches before, and you never know, you might be picking up a ball that came from another game. So we're all ready. Jigar Patel. And Ashraf gets a good delivery, wrapped on the pad. The peel goes up. Not outside is umpire Ritesh Patel. And they scamper through for what could be a leg by. And it comes now, the signal from the umpire, 18 without loss. So Lendell Simmons comes in to strike. He's faced 7 balls. He's only up at 1. Driven into the offside. Lendell Simmons could pick up a boundary here. He does. So we've seen a 6 and a 4 off in this over. And this time, look at that. Over the infield on the offside from Lendell Simmons. And ball bounces away for 4. That's a good looking shot from the West Indies player. And it goes away for a boundary. 22 without loss. We're in the 3rd over. Ball played into the offside, and there is no run. It's 159 to win from 103 balls. Still asking 9.2. And they're going a 7.7 at the moment.
Yeah, this is a much needed over from the Gothams. Needed to get runs on the board off the bat. Lendell Simmons, he's taking it apart. You don't want to let this man get away, because he can change the game. He can win this game for the Gothams.
Yes, take a look at that. A completely ferocious line drive. And that has bisected the man at mid-off and mid-on. Has gone for 6. Lendell Simmons on the charge. 28 for 1 at the end of 3.
Yeah, big shot from Lendell Simmons. Add.
ओपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
6 off the last ball of Lendl Simmons, and Stray Palmer runs into ball to Usman Ashraf. Oh, lovely shot from Usman Ashraf. And that has gone away for 4. This man is strong on the offside. Look at that.
Well, these two have waited a while, waited a long time before they've really began to score and be aggressive. Usman Ashraf put that in a museum. Majestic. Finishes on the shoulder, full follow through. Excellent piece of batting. This is good cricket from the Gothams. They just took a few deliveries early on. They were gifted by some extras to allow them to get in. Once that's happened, partnership developing nicely, well above that asking rate. This was the power play that they need to have. Not finished yet, still 3 overs. Well, 2 and some overs remaining in this power play.
So we saw an over from Jigar Patel that would have gone for 17 in the last 6 balls. And the first ball of this over from Stray Palmer would have gone for 4. Here we go.
This time they've got that fielder back on the cover boundary. I'm not sure why, though, they have this deep mid-wicket in place. You look at the length that they've bowled. It's been pretty full to start this innings. So I just feel they're wasting a fielder having this man on the leg side boundary. If Simmons connects on the leg side, it's going to be 6. No fielder can stop it. It gives you sort of more protection in the deep. If you want to bowl full, maybe you can bat the long off. Interesting choice from the captain, Sharma.
Simmons comes down, gives the ball a charge. Stray Palmer wins that little bit of battle there. And turns the strike over to Usman Ashraf. 147 needed from the next 99 balls, asking 8.9. And they're going a 9.7, even better than the required rate. Ashraf and Simmons has given them a very good reply. A good start here from the New York Gothams. And take that 4 away from Stray Palmer, the very first ball in this over. The man has bowled well. Hasn't gone for anything outside of the lovely shot played from Usman Ashraf. First ball in this over, Nikhil. It's a brilliant sunshine here at Purchase College Ground. We are expecting the weather to be in the 80s today. A lot warmer day than yesterday, maybe 20 degrees warmer.
Really looking forward, though, Lenny, to seeing when this sunny Purchase venue. Obviously, first year of this USPL, but really excited to see when we can actually utilize the turf surface underneath, the clay that they've put down. I think then you have a whole nother dimension to the cricket. Spin comes into play. So, yes, we have this synthetic matting to start, but when this tournament continues to progress in years to come, having another turf tournament in T20 turf tournament in the United States will be a huge thing for the development of cricket. So, very exciting times ahead.
You're right on that, Nikhil, and in fact, the turf that they're using here could hold up for a couple of days of cricket. But I want to think that the organizers were a bit concerned that 4 days of 3 matches per day could take a toll. So 4 of us gone, 34 without loss.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Bowling change, it appears. Jigar Patel would have gone for 17. He has been taken off. Not too sure if you'll ask Pujan Modi to come again, Nikhil, or but another bowling change. A fourth bowler to be used here, leg spinner.
Yeah, ball move though. To go to spin inside this power play to Lendl Simmons, who's been relatively quiet by his standards, 12 from 11 deliveries. But this man has the capability. He's shown it for so many years at the highest level. If he gets going, could be trouble. He's going to have to bowl that one over though. Amin.
So extras has now gone up to 10. We've seen one leg by, we've seen one no ball, and wides totaling 8. So Rushikesh Amin comes into the attack. Left arm spinner.
He's got long off and cover as his 2 fielders out, so he has to be very precise.
Lendl Simmons driving straight up to Stray Palmer. Can't score. This has been a take the wide away. Couple of good balls there from Amin.
Just 1 run from the first 2 deliveries. Excellent stuff thus far. This man really times the ball well, Lendl Simmons, but he's finding the fielders. He's picking them out. Uncharacteristic. 12 from 14 deliveries for Simmons.
So lofted into the offside. Has he given the man a chance? The man takes the catch. And that's the end of Lendl Simmons. He falls for 12. What a catch from the man. Well judged catch. Take a look, Nikhil.
Huge wicket going down for the Gothams. The danger man, Lendl Simmons. It was into the pitch again. Good bowling, good courageous cricket from the Eagles to go to spin. And it's done the job. High risk, high reward. It's paid off for Ronak Sharma and his Eagles. Lendl Simmons walking back to the pavilion for 12. Trouble for the Gothams.
Yeah, might have been Ronak Sharma taking a well-judged catch, a running catch, not timed too much from Lendl Simmons, so he goes, and it's 35 for 1.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So wicket falling for the Gothams. And even though they were well in front where the Eagles were at this stage, still to lose the wicket of Lendl Simmons, Lenny, could be very costly when you're chasing 180.
Yeah, it's certainly a good bowling here from Amin. We've got to give him credit. He's taken out one of the big fish. You're right on that. They still required 9.5 and over as Waqas Akhtar comes to the middle. And Amin has made a very crucial breakthrough, breaking the partnership between Ashraf and Lendl Simmons. Single run off this over. The ball defended here by Usman Ashraf. So 5 overs gone. It's 35 for 1.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
The score at 35-1. Usman Ashraf will be the man on strike. Waqas Akhtar, the fielder out, the batsman out in the middle. And so Pujan Modi, his first over didn't go too well. And will come into bowl to Usman Ashraf.
He's continuing with his extras. Not going to help his team. Have to make them earn the runs. Modi's just giving them away in terms of the extras.
So Pujan Modi has now bowled 8 wides and 1 no ball. And will come into bowl to Usman Ashraf. It's 36-1.
Okay, going to have to re-bowl that one. You don't want to take the pressure off. You've just taken the wicket of Simmons. You've kept Ashraf to under a run a ball. So you don't want to take the pressure off the batting team by bowling extras and just gifting them runs. Has to adjust that line. Has to be a lot straighter on the stumps. Force them to play.
So the umpires are always keeping a check on the time, and this one is guided away by Usman Ashraf. Could have run away for 4. In fact, it has, and that's a lovely, delicate, guided shot from Usman Ashraf. Take a look.
Yeah, just a touch. Just a touch, all that was needed from Ashraf. Rubbing salt in the wounds. So the expensive spell continues for Modi.
And Nikhil, the umpires, in fact, third umpire today is Brian Kane. He's known to be a man who always keep a tad on every second of play. And when I say every second, every minute of where this game should have been. And when you look what Pujan Modi has done, I'm pretty sure that him alone, Pujan Modi, has held this game back perhaps a minute or two. And so he'll have to get his act very, very quickly here. We saw in his opening over, and the wides continue to be a problem here for Pujan Modi. And those re-bowl ball takes some time. And Pujan Modi not good for the timing of this tournament. Look, another wide.
Well, you mentioned Brian Kane. I'm going to speak about him when he's in the next game because he'll be standing in game number 2 today. But to hear his story, one of the very few umpires of American descent here, see how much he's grown in U.S. cricket. But we'll get back to him in the next games. Right now it's about the cricket. Has to be there a lot more. Modi already has conceded 7 runs from just 2 deliveries in the over.
And the fact is, Nikhil, he has run up 5 times. He's only bowled a couple of illegal delivery. And I'm pretty sure Pujan Modi is a way better bowler than what he has shown us today.
He's run up 18 times for 8 balls. 18. Seemed to find his rhythm a lot better now, though, because he's corrected it.
And the fact is, how many times have we seen Nikhil, a bowler as wayward as Pujan Modi? He'll come up and scalp a few victims here and there, you never know. And all of a sudden his figure's beginning to look a lot more respectable than what it is now. Oh, he's all tangled up. Where is he going? A chance of a run out. He misses. And in the end of that ball, Usman Ashraf would have been in all sorts of trouble. Take a look.
Yes, just a slip from Ashraf. He gave up on it. Modi expected to hit from that distance. Big let off for Ashraf in the Gothams.
So it's 139 to win from 86 balls, asking 9.7. And they've fallen back with their current run rate. The run rate has gone down to 7.4. Waqas Akhtar comes into strike. And this over's gone for 8. Sometimes the bowling analysis doesn't tell the whole story. You look at Pujan Modi's bowl 1.5, none for 18. Nothing wrong with those figures, but if you've been to the ground and realize that, as Nikhil mentioned, he's run up about 19 times now. Oh, smashed into the onside. That's gone a long way. Waqar Akhtar picks up a 6. Is 49 for 1.
Big shot. Big shot. Look at it again. And just taking what was already a treacherous over from Modi, ending it with a 6. Smack that out of the ground. End of another big over. End of the power play as well. 49 for 1.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So you look at the comparison between the two teams. The Gotham's well in front at this stage. After the power play, the Eagles were only 36 for 1. The difference, 61 runs scored off the last 5. So they were able, because wickets in hand, to kick on as the innings progressed. Like, can the Gothams do the same?
So Armin gets a second over. Armin has been very impressive in his first. Picked up 1 for 1. And the important wicket of Lendell Simmons. How important that will be, time will tell. Couple of good balls here from Rushi Armin. He's a quality spinner. So far he's really come to the show. Ashraf doesn't time it well. Fielder comes in. Shrey Palmer has not accepted that chance. The 50 comes up, but should have been 49 for 2.
Well, should have been taken. Did all the hard work to get himself in the position. Got there in the end, but just as he was landing, he just slipped out. A big let off for the Gothams. Akhtar has shown he already can clear the boundary. And that's what you get with these small boundaries, though. Batsmen think they can continuously take it on. Results in wicket-taking opportunities. You have to hold on, though. A couple of times now they've missed out on chances to take wickets.
Oh, big shot here from Akhtar. Will he find the boundary? In fact, he does. It's gone over. And another big strike here from Waqas Akhtar. His second 6 in this innings, 56 for 1.
We put down the catch, the previous delivery. The next one goes for 6. That's the turn of events. That's the swing.
So this over's gone for 7. Armin continues to bowl well. Should have picked up wickets here. And Akhtar appears to be one of those batsmen who's going to play shots here and there. 56 for 1, 7 overs gone. And that's the latest score at the Purchase University ground.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So Ram Saran comes into the attack, Christopher Ram Saran. And he starts with a dot ball. One of the few players out in this tournament we shouldn't have any problems identifying Christopher Ram Saran with that hairdo. Certainly don't need a shirt number on him. So 56 for 1 still requires 125 from 76 balls. And that's a good looking shot from Ashraf, but a well spread field now those balls are going to be blocked up. So 124 required. Take a look at that.
The ramps around the left arm spinner into operation as soon as the power play has been completed. A lot quicker through the air. Some of the spinners we've seen on display in this game already. Still 124-23 now needed. Have to go out close to 10 runs and over. Not going to be easy. But this partnership worth 23, developing nicely at the moment. Ashraf is key though. He has to stay there. Play an inning similar to Ronat Sharma. Even Abhishek Prabhu.
Yeah, still some ways to go, and you get the feeling that the asking rate has gone a little bit over 10. We saw Waqas Akhtar striking 2 sixes so far. And he looks like the type of player he's in here to play the big shots. Oh, off on inside edge, it appears from here. And so the second wicket goes down. Christopher Ramsaran picks up the wicket of Waqas Akhtar. Is 59 for 2, inside edge.
Yeah, onto the pad, then onto the stump. We were just mentioning this partnership, how important it was. When you're chasing 180, the scoreboard pressure always there. Big wicket going down for the Gothams. Every time they've tried to build some momentum, they keep losing wickets, have to sustain at some stage.
So Waqas Akhtar goes back to the hut. Usman Ashraf is not out on 21. And at the end of 8, it's 59 for 2, still requiring 122 from 72 balls. As Charles Matthew walks to the middle. With still some ways to go here for the New York Gothams. Karaju.
Charles Matthew comes to the crease. So new batter, new bowler as well. Murli Ankaraju. We saw with the bat hit a couple big blows.
So will come into bowl to Usman Ashraf. He's been there from the start. So they require still 122 from 71 balls, asking 10.3. Charles Matthew has come to the middle. A beautiful scene here at the Portchester University Cricket Ground. Ball pulled into the onside. Only a single here to Usman Ashraf, and we'll give Charles Matthew time to get settled, take his guard, and ready for Murali Ankaraju. So the next game coming up, Texas Cowboys will begin their campaign in the 2022 CBTF USPL Phase 1 Championship. And they will come up against Maryland Mavericks. We saw them yesterday. Nikel, that fateful game. Last ball loss to Ryan Scott and his men.
It will be a crucial game for the Mavericks, having lost the first, even for the Cowboys as well. Remember, they had the game where it was rained out yesterday, so had to share points with the Washington Hawks. So very important next game coming up. Every game really so important in a short tournament. There's another chance for a catch. Think he'll fall safely. It does. How often have we seen that? Such a small ground. Ball falling to no man's land. Went pace off. Didn't get the power on it.
Yeah, ball lofted in the air for a long time, well away from any of the fielder. So 119 required from 68 balls. Teams are looking for early points in this tournament. And a couple of losses could seemingly put you out of contention in the first phase of this tournament. Cricket continues tomorrow, Sunday and Monday. So the CBTF USPL well and truly on second day of cricket, and we've seen some good matches so far. This one hangs in the balance. Usman Ashraf, he's batted well for 23 so far. And they scamper through for what could be a leg by here. We'll wait for umpire's signal of Ritesh Patel. And in fact, it would have come off the bat of Usman Ashraf. So another single to the right-hander. That will complete over number 9, and after 9 it's 64 for 2.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So Ram Saran will continue. First over would have gone for 2. And he picked up 1 into the offside. Over the fielder's head. Usman Ashraf picks up another maximum. And take a look at that.
Well, I keep telling you, Usman Ashraf, so important to this run chase. Anything full has been dispatched outside the off stump. Such a prolific player in the offside. And Ram Saran missing his line there. That's where he needs to be, on a good length. Much harder to score boundaries. And really and truly, with more than 10 runs needed in over, if you keep the boundaries down, you win the game. Sounds simple. You don't have a lot of margin for error as a spinner, especially on this ground. Oh, it's just gone all Ashraf's way in this innings. Leading edge, evades the fielder.
So Charles Matthew comes into strike. Ashraf has batted well for 31, been there from the start. Would have seen the departure of Lendell Simmons and Waqas Akhtar. Seven in this over so far from Christopher Ramsaran. And ball worked into the onside, so good rotation of strikes, still requiring over 10 runs and over. And they require 109 to win from 62 balls. Still a long way to go here. But you get the feeling that Gotham's still with a lot of batting work to do here. Oh, through the offside from Usman Ashraf, running up towards the extra cover boundary. Will only get 1 this time. He's very strong in that area. And he continues to pile on the runs here. He's up to 32, is 73 for 2.
Yeah, good bowling though. Even though Ramsaran was struck for that 6 in the first delivery, he's bowled well in terms of the remaining deliveries in his spell so far. His next 2 overs will be crucial. End of 10, 73 for 2.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So Murali Krishna Ankaraju comes back into the attack. First over would have gone for 5. And this one played into the onside. Good bit of work there by number 9. And in fact, the ball, he lose him eventually. And gone away for 4, but good effort from the fielder out there.
Yeah, worry setting in for the Eagles now because these two have been able to really find a boundary of regularity. And it's been all because of Usman Ashraf.
Yeah, he's a quality player, Usman Ashraf, and he's really a leg spinning all-rounder. But in the last 2 or 3 years, Nikhil, his batting has really come on. He's improved on his technique and his run scoring opportunities. And over time has always been regarded as a middle to lower order batsman. But in recent time, 2-3 years ago, he has been put at the top of the order. And in local cricket, he's one of the finest batsmen around in the Brooklyn leagues. He's a quality player, Usman Ashraf. He's playing a very good hand today.
So 108 runs were scored in the final 10 overs of the innings by the Carolina Eagles. Guess how much runs the Gothams need to win? 108 from the last 10, Lenny. If they repeat the identical thing which you saw yesterday when that game went to super over, we could be heading for another one.
The fact is, what has troubled them a bit, they'll come back for a couple of runs. They'll have to make it quick. Not one of the best throw, and Usman Ashraf makes it home. The fact is, we've seen 14 extras on the card so far. 11 wides, and I'll tell you that 11 wide, 10 of them were given away by Pujan Modi. So relative to that, you look at the required rate of 10.7, still almost 11 runs and over. Oh, he comes down with a very slow ball here from Ankaraju to great effect. Usman Ashraf perhaps beaten in the flight of that delivery. A very slow ball from Ankaraju. 79 for 2.
Yeah, well played, well driven. There is protection in the deep. But this is a well put together innings from Usman Ashraf. Can't give it away yet though. Has to stay there, I think, till at least the 15th over. An experienced man in. Don't want to leave it to anyone else. Yes, Riyad Emmerich can hit a few. Jason Gray is padded up as well.
And the fact is, Nikhil, this is over number 11. In fact, this ball will complete the 11th over. At the corresponding time, this one played into the offside. They could come back for 2. In fact, they will. A couple of runs here off the bat of Charles Matthews. So that will complete the 11th over. And after 11, it's 82 for 2.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So Armin comes back into the attack. He's bowled well, 2 overs, no men, 1 for 8. Would have picked up the wicket of Waqas Akhtar. And will come into bowl with the required rate, exactly 11 runs and over. Ashraf will get runs here. Good bit of fielding work out in the deep by Hiran Patel. And the 12th over has begun here. Nikhil still needing 11 runs and over. Not an easy task here for the New York Gothams.
Yeah, 99 needed off the final 9. You've got to score 11.
And this is over, in fact, this is over number 12 at the end of 12. Carolinas, they were batting at 92 at the end of their 12. So similar position in terms of runs and over.
Big swing and a miss. Much faster. Delivery from Hiran Patel. Almost crashing into that off stump. Thrown around. So Charles Matthews been there now for some time. Hasn't really impacted the scoring too much at the moment. Doing the right thing though, I think. Just trying to get Ashraf back on strike. That's the important thing. Man has been there for 40 deliveries. Well bowled, really well bowled. To dig out that Yorker. That will end the over. 86 for 2.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So we're back with the cricket. Charles Matthew on strike. Christopher Ramsaran comes into the attack. Oh! Maybe into the hands of Stray Palmer. He doesn't hold on. A very tough catch, if we can call it a catch, and it's 86 for 2 still.
Big effort. Almost held on. Had he held on to that, could have been a huge moment in the game nonetheless though. Ramsaran.
Yeah, good over so far. He's only given up one. Probably could have picked up the wicket of Charles Matthew, but we're watching Usman Ashraf. He's in his 40s and still requiring. Oh, big appeal. Ritesh Patel, the umpire, is unmoved. And so Usman Ashraf will survive 87 for 2.
The keeper went straight up. But the umpire wasn't moved, wasn't interested. Good 3 deliveries from Ramsaran though. .1. Just 1 run. Pressure really getting to Usman Ashraf. He's got to go. Required run rate almost at 12 and over at this stage.
So 12.5 to be exact. This over's gone pretty well for Ramsaran. It's in the air. Could be out. Fielder comes in. It appears to be Pujan Modi. He takes a well-judged catch. And Usman Ashraf finally comes to an end. He falls as 87 for 3.
Much slower in terms of pace. Good smart bowling from Christopher Ramsaran. Aware that Ashraf has got to go at this stage. 12.5 needed at least 2 to 3 boundaries and over. Gets the desired wicket. Big wicket for the Eagles.
So Jason Graves walks to the middle. And that's our title sponsor, CBTF, for the US Premier League. Usman Ashraf gets a round of applause as we watch the boys. Carolina Eagles just in a huddle as Jason Graves walks to the middle. 94 required from 44 ball. Under pressure here is the New York Gothams, still requiring almost 13 runs and over from here on.
You just think the wheels have fallen off for the Gothams from their bowling effort. That 10th over, they had them at 72 for 2. Then conceded over 108 runs in the next 10 overs. And since then, the momentum's firmly been with the Eagles. Even after that cameo knock from Ashraf, still haven't been able to really get anything substantial on the board. It's why they have to score almost 13 runs and over now if they want to win this game. It has been possible. Yesterday we saw 15 runs needed in the last 5. They got them. The Mavericks have sent it to a super over. Big effort required. Those singles won't hurt too much.
So Charles Matthews turns over the strike to Jason Graves. And the fact is, Nikhil, we've seen Lendell Simmons playing a brief inning of 12. So the contribution of Lendell Simmons perhaps a little disappointing today for the New York Gothams, but there's still more matches to play. But the Gothams under the gun here, asking almost 13 runs and over. And batsmen like Jason Graves and the others to come will have to get going very quickly. 13 gone, 88 for 3.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So welcome back. Charles Matthew will be on strike. It's 88 for 3. And so they need 13.29. That's the required rate from 93 balls. 42 from 93 to win from 42 balls. We're down to Jason Graves. He comes in at number 5. Charles Matthew came in as number 4. And Armin, he has bowled a very good spell. He will bowl out here. 3 overs, no made 1 for 12. Very good figures from Armin.
Almost takes out Graves in the process. Will be a boundary though for Charles Matthew.
Yeah, the importance of hitting straight on this ground continues to be foremost on the minds of the batters. And that's a good shot. A lot of batters are going to target the straight side of this boundary. Oh, he comes down the track, misses the ball, and the rest is history with the keeper. And so that's the end of Charles Matthew. Brilliant stumping here from Darbar. And another wicket goes down, 92 for 4.
Well, literally no choice for the Gothams to have to go for it. Didn't get to the pitch of that ball, Charles Matthew, and in the end, once he didn't make contact, it was easy work. Loads of time. This has been a top spell from Rishikesh Amin to pick up his second wicket, much deserved.
So Darbar with a very bit of quick stumping, Rajdeep Darbar. And Soraya the Emirate comes to the middle. And we know he could give the ball a tap, Nikhil, but a 13.3 a required run rate with 89 balls. 89 to win from 40 balls. This is going to take some doing here by Riyad Emir, Jason Greaves, and the others to come if the others come.
Yeah, now or never for this New York Gothams team, and obviously to lose one game in this tournament could be so detrimental to your chances. Go straight to the semi-finals. The top 2 teams from each group. So you want to ensure that you win all your games. More than 13 runs required and over.
So Armin continues to bowl very well here. Let's take a look at his bowling figure. He will finish up here. 2 for 17 off 3.4. And so 88 to win from 38 ball. This is winding down. Oh, struck well here from Jason Graves. Will only get a single.
Yeah, is a clean hitter of the ball, Jason Greaves. Mainly known for his off-spin ability, but when required, can hit a few long balls, especially down the ground. They need more than a few.
So Amin finish up his bowling spell. Very impressive one. Would have picked up 2 for 18. Very, very good effort here from Rushikesh Amin. So
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
Greaves. And this one is taken out of the park. That's a big shot from Jason Greaves.
Well, I mentioned he can hit them down the ground a long way. Graves showing it. Big shots to start the over. Great result to begin.
So the 100 comes up for the New York Gothams. They're exactly on 100 for 4. And it comes off a massive hit here from Jason Greaves. Has gone into the parking lot. Ball is examined by umpire Ritesh Patel and Christopher Ramsaran. 2 for 19 so far. But he's been treated harshly in his 4th over.
100 finally coming up in the 15th. Got to go from here on in. Everything must go. Again, wow. Look at the power from Graves. That's 4 more. Really struck that ferociously well.
Yeah, this is brutally struck here by Jason Graves off the back foot. And that's a lovely shot. It went like a trace of bullet. 4 more runs to Jason Graves.
Came out the side of the hand. Looked like an attempted leg break from Ramsaran. Don't want to mix things up too much. You can just win this game by keeping it simple and not conceding too many boundaries.
So good comeback delivery here from Ramsaran, allowing the strike to change over to Riyad Emrit. Still asking almost 14 runs and over 13.8.
It's doable though, very doable on this ground. The Mavericks showed you yesterday it can be done. Just need a couple good cameos. Emrit we know is capable. They're going to come back for 2 and should get it pretty easy.
So both Christopher Ramsaran and Riyad Emrit know each other pretty well, countryman. And these players, we're beginning to see them appearing quite a lot on these domestic T20 tournament. Teams are beginning to come into the ground for their next encounter. A big swing and a miss here from Riyad Emrit. Doesn't go too well. .13 in this over so far. This has been a very good one for the Gothams, but they still require 14 runs and over from here on.
Yeah, that won't hurt the Eagles too much. Those singles have to look for the maximums, the boundaries. They want to win this game. End of the over, 108 for 4.
अपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
This game boiling down. Final 5 overs.
So Nikhil at the end of 15. Carolina Eagles, they were batting at 119. So you can see the little bit lag behind here from the New York Gothams. But we know Riyad Emrit, he can strike the ball, and we've seen a couple of big strikes from Jason Greaves. So by all means, this is not over, as Ankar Raju comes back into the attack. He's bowled 2 overs, none for 14. He's gone for 7 and over. Murali Krishna Ankaraju comes back into the attack. And 73 to win from 30 balls. That's a good delivery. No elevation there at all. And Riyad Emirates turns the strike over to Jason Graves. He's played a couple of big shots in the last over. They'll need a few more here.
So just 15 runs needed and over. Another big swing into the onside. But still can't get to the boundaries. Just 2 singles off the first 2 deliveries. Really good stuff by Ankaraju.
So Emirates will have to take a ball or two across or over the ropes here. He's been relatively quiet. In fact, we haven't seen a boundary from Emirates so far. Still cannot get a shortish ball away. So this has been very good start and to this over from Ankaraju. 3 balls, 3 singles, Nikhil.
Yeah, every over so crucial at this stage. You keep an over down to less than 10 runs, especially in the last 5. You possibly win the game for your team. Good slower ball, but he's going to have to re-ball it. Didn't get the line right.
And you look what has happened here. Wide is a call from umpire Mark Farlin, but we have seen Ankaraju from time to time. He has a very effective slower ball, extremely slow. So he's bowled that to great effect. A ball that will have to be re-bowled. Jason Graves on strike. Should have done a little bit more with that. Leg before he goes. And so Greaves finally falls. It's 112 for 5. Take a look at that.
Yeah, big wicket, and that's what pressure does. Hadn't scored a boundary in the over. Looked a bit high, but in the end, umpire sending him on his way. Graves going for 13, 112 for 5 now.
So look at what has happened to the points table so far. We've seen a win by Florida Sharks, certainly led by Kirk Thompson. They played extremely well yesterday. And we also saw the Penn Cavaliers putting points on the table. Ryan Scott, of course, leading the charge there. So a couple of teams with points on the table already. Pennsylvania Cavaliers and Florida Sharks. And the way things are going here, it looks like Carolina Eagles could be the team to maybe get some points here as number 10 walks to the middle. So Raj Patel is the new man in. And he comes in here with a lot of batting work to be done. Nikhil asking 15, in fact, close to 16 runs and over. 6-9 to win from 26.
Yeah, 69 from just 4 and some overs. Always going to be difficult. Need a real miracle. Riyad Emirates at the other end hasn't really been able to find the boundary. Good bowling. This has been a good clinical performance from the Eagles with the bat in hand. Very measured in their approach, taking the game deep, and then with the ball. Even at times where Ashraf really took the attack to them, just held their nerves, kept it simple, and should be on the way to the first victory in this CBTF USPL.
Yeah, this has been a very quality spell from Ankaraju. He's going at just over 6 runs and over. And a couple of swing and a miss here by Raj Patel. Well, not timing the ball at all. And so that completes over number 16. And after 16, it's 112 for 5.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Oh no, this is the whole stream. Then I forget the game. Let's just show us.
So Stray Palmer comes back into the attack. 2 overs, no none for 7. Very economical figures from Stray Palmer. And the Emirates still can't find the boundary, Nikhil. We come down to the last 23 balls, still requiring 68 with an asking rate 17 runs and over.
They're going to be very tough from here. But must credit Palmer especially has been extremely good with the ball in hand. 7 runs in his first 2 overs. 2 of those overs he bowled to Lendl Simmons and Ashraf. They just could not score against him. As you mentioned him from when he was batting, that he would be one to watch. Clearly knows how to be successful in these T20 situations. Knows the conditions well. This should be...
The fact is, Nikhil, Stray Palmer has been called up by a minor league team. And I'm sorry, I don't have all the information with so many of the players factoring into the minor league. They're all over the place, but he has been called up in one of the minor league team in the New Jersey area, so he should relish the opportunity to play at the minor league level come next week. So ball worked into the onside and coming down so to the end here.
There's a single, right? 1-1-1. 1-2-1. Yeah, right. 1-2-1.
So Riyad Emirates finally gets hold of a ball and smashes it for 4 on the onside. That's a good shot from Riyad Emirates. Take a look.
Well, it could be a little too late for that aggression. This game very far out the reach. They would need a couple huge overs. Of course, never over until it's over. But would take some getting if they're to get on from here. Well, goes again, but this time man on the deep. Completely misjudges it. Goes to his hands, will be another boundary. Really should have done better with that. Even if you don't take the catch, you've got to present the boundary from being scored.
So a couple of strikes from Riyad Emirates. Couple of 4s in this over. And so it's 124-57 to win from 19 balls. And a good end to the over here from Stray Palmer. But this one has gone for quite a few, and that completes the 17th. It's 125 for 5.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
3 overs remain in this run chase. Still 56 runs to get. Emmerich did the smart thing though, last delivery of the last over, to get a single and get back the strike. He's going to have to be the man to win it for his team. If by some miracle they can. I need 3 sixes and over. Lenny?
It's going to be tough. Watch for the slower ball or a little bit more variation from Ankar Raju. He's bowled that to great effect. Be mindful of the long run, but he bowls a very good slow ball. Smashed into the onside. Fielder comes in, takes the catch, and Emmerich falls.
And with that, you think the chances for the New York Gothams could be gone as well. Didn't get enough bat on it. Came off the edge. And no real power. Easy catch in the deep. And the Eagles know with that wicket pretty much have wrapped things up. 125 now for 6. Been a clinical all-round performance by them. Well deserved.
Yeah, Carolina Eagles could join the Penn Cavaliers and Florida Sharks as team with points on the table. Zishan Anwar, the captain, walks to the middle. And 56 to win from just 17 balls, so they're under the gun here. And the Gothams, they're on the verge of losing their opener on the second day of this tournament. Next game coming up, Texas Cowboys will come up against Maryland Mavericks. We saw them in action yesterday, the Mavericks. Certainly some of the players there, Jesse Singh. We saw Kapil Khanna, Matt Comery, Raymond Ramratan, and Sashal Magan. How important is that name to this unit yesterday? So those boys will be factored in. In fact, they're coming up against the Texas Cowboys. Jalad Dua, Saeed Abdullah, Rizwan Mazar, Salik Iqbal. Watch for Salik Iqbal, he's a top player. And in fact, the Texas Cowboys will be led by Jaiswal. So Zishan Anwar comes in to the attack, gets a single out towards the offside. But you get the feeling, Nikhil, this is going to be tough here for the New York Gothams.
You need a lot more than just singles if you want to win this game.
So we're beginning to see 180 can hold up, at least in this game, by some way. Oh, smashed into the onside. Raj Patel has brought out the long handle, and that has gone all the way.
That's gone really far as well. Really struck that well, Raj Patel. Wow. Length delivery. And just tugging it into the onside. From the moment it left the bat, you just knew it would go the distance.
So Raj Patel, 49 to win from 15 balls. And Karachi was given up 7, would have picked up a wicket in this over. Would have picked up the wicket of Riyad Emmerich. Should have done a little bit more with that when you're wanting 49 from 14 balls. And Karaju, he's had a good spell so far, 2 for 25. This is 3.4, so a couple of balls he'll finish up his 4 allotted over. He will join Christopher Ramsaran and Amin to do that. Here we go, the big slower ball comes out, but Raj Patel equal to the task, and this one is smashed out of the park.
Well, it was a little too predictable. He just slows down the speed of his arm. Ankaraju, and easily picked Raj Patel. One more of those sixes to close this over. Makes this game very interesting. Just got to prevent Raj Patel. It seems so easy. Every time they've gone short or into the pitch, they've been able to contain. Raj Patel clearly likes the ball on length or sort of full.
We saw yesterday the smashing exploit from Sashal Magan and the likes of Raj Nanan and Garanshu Sharma. So a bit of hold up. The ball seemingly may have gone under a car. And if you were a ball, if you were to live the life of a ball, Nikhil, with all this beating, probably you'll go under a car and hide and never come out. So Patel is on 14, Zishan Anwar is on 1, and they need 43 from the next 13 balls. The next game coming up, Texas Cowboy and Imran Khan. I wonder if it's the Imran Khan from Trinidad and Tobago in that lineup, but we'll watch them play. Kulvinder Singh. You would have
big
seen
fan of Kulvinder Singh. Massive fan of Kulvinder Singh. Lenny, can't wait for the viewers to see him come the next game.
Yeah, you saw him at Morrisville.
Okay, here's the situation for Murali and Karaju. Got to close up this over without conceding a boundary. Don't give the momentum to Raj Patel. And for Raj Patel, he's got a decision to make. Does he want to take one and get the strike for the next over? Or does he go all guns blazing? I think he's got to go.
You got to go for 6 here. Oh, he smashed this one into the building. The Performing Arts Center building has been struck by another 6 off the bat of Raj Patel. Look at that.
Well, unfortunately, he went length again. Have to go short. I just think they haven't exposed that short option. And Raj Patel makes no mistake. 3 maximums in the over. This game, well on. Don't move a muscle. End of the over. 144 for 6.
जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
So 37 to win from 12 balls. Zishan Anwar will be on strike. Stray Palmer has bowled well. 3 overs, no mid, none for 20. In fact, his last over, Nikhil, would have gone for 13. So he has been given the ball.
If you are Zishan Anwar, you got to just get one and get Raj Patel back on strike. Have to.
Well, at best, he gotta strike the ball for 6 also. But let's see how it plays out. Oh, he gets a good slice on this one, running up towards the point boundary. Runs here. And they'll settle for 1.
That's smart cricket. Smart cricket from Raj Patel. The awareness to keep the strike. Anwar does his job. Over to you now, Raj Patel. You've hit 3 in the last over. Can you hit 3 more?
And it's such an earlier part of the over. We've only seen 1 ball here from Stray Palmer. And he could be under pressure here. Bowled his first couple overs, conceding only 7 runs. His third went for 13. And now he's been given the responsibility to close out, to defend 36 from 11 balls. Oh, into the onside, finds the gap, and it goes away for 4.
Well, should have been stopped on the boundary, actually. The fielder came around, got a hand to it, but just couldn't stop it. Raj Patel, what a cameo this is. The helicopter shot comes out.
So he's up to 24 from just 9 ball. Take a look at that. So we've seen so many times batsman targeting. It's 149 for 6. 149 for 6. Palmer runs in. Well, will not deliver right now. And Ritesh Patel comes up with a famous dead ball signal. It's 149, 32 to win from 10.
All Raj Patel's got to do is stay there. I think if he bats these 10 balls, they get home. The way he struck the ball, the way the dimension of this field are. It's a small ground. He can clear it. And he does that again. Wow! Raj Patel is putting on a show. That's the biggest of them all. This man is turning this game single-handedly at the moment.
So 4 sixes now for Raj Patel. A bit of helicopter. 1 perfected by Mahindra Singh Dhoni. 11 of the first 3 balls in this over. And the equation comes down to 26 to win from 9 ball. Raj Patel on fire.
They just continuously go full at Raj Patel. He's hit 4 sixes. All of them have been good length or full deliveries. They haven't tried this short option. I just think you're gifting him runs. A man that's so strong down the ground. You got to mix it up, change something, try something.
So 9 balls remaining, 26 to get. Raj Patel has turned this game on its head. And all of a sudden, Gothams can't count him out of this game. Here we go, Palmer to Raj Patel. Shout of 2.
And that's a much better option. They only stay for 1, which I find surprising. But that's a much better option. Trying something else. Going pace off into the surface at the body. They have 2 set on the offside boundary. Try the wide Yorker. It just seem every delivery was looking for a straight ball at the stumps. And Raj Patel's not going to miss it on that. Palmer, unfortunately, doesn't have enough pace to trouble Raj Patel when it's straight.
So Anwar comes into strike.
Has to turn over the strike. Zishan Anwar.
Well, at best, he will have to go for boundaries also. Can't leave everything down to Raj Patel. Oh, he goes big into the offside. Here in Patel comes around. Makes a good save. Save the boundary. And only a single that gives Raj Patel another shot of going over the ropes.
Crucial save, though, because what that means with that single once, even if this ball goes for 6, they still fall beneath that required 18 run per over mark. Raj Patel, all so much hinging on him. How much does he need to chase in the last over? And also, remember, he's going to have to get back to strike for those final 6 deliveries. This is what this CBTF USPL has produced. Blockbuster finishes day in, day out. 6. That's 6. Don't move, Raj Patel. It's another maximum. And it's going to be 18 needed from the last over because of this. Full delivery again. Full swing of the bat. And yet again, another straight delivery. They haven't stuck to their plans for the first time today, the Eagles, and they're paying the price.
So 19 off that over from Stray Palmer. In fact, his third over has gone for 13. This one has gone for even better. At 19 run over, it's 163 for 6.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
विजिट cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead।
So 1 over remains, 6 balls, 18 runs. For Raj Patel, who struck 5 sixes in this cameo, he needs to hit 3 more. Literally 3 more in this 18 runs needed from the final over. Wow, this game. 3 overs ago, you thought with the wicket of Riyad Emirates, that could have been it. Patel has come in and turned this game upside down.
So Bodanini, for the first time in this game, has been given the ball. Nikhil.
That's bold. That's very bold from the captain, Ronat Sharma, who we didn't see with the ball today. Pretty surprising. We didn't see the spin of Sharma. But to throw the ball to someone brand new in the 20th over. We saw yesterday Kevin Shaw, the spinner. He conceded 20. Anvesh Burineni.
So 18 required from 6 balls. Zishan Anwar will be the man on strike to start things off. And here is Budaneni, Anvesh Budaneni.
Bat on ball needed. Bat on ball. Once he gets bat on ball, the catch is taken, but they cross. That's the important thing. They have crossed. So even though Anwar's got to go, the important thing is that Raj Patel's back on strike. The situation is simple, Lenny. Have to hit 3 sixes if you're Raj Patel.
So excellent judge catch there from Pujan Modi. His catching has been good, and it's 163 for 7, 18 to win in 5 balls.
Yeah, you don't mind that too much if you're the Gothams. Regardless, all he has to do is just put bat on ball to ensure Raj Patel gets back on strike. Done the hard yards, done the important thing. And now the situation is very easy. 5 balls, 18 to get.
So Harsh Ramani comes to the middle. And as Nikhil would have mentioned, a good cross here for Raj Patel. Those crosses will be outdated come October. And I've been to several tournaments during the course of the last couple of months, Nikhil, and they've already adopted the idea that there's no crossing anymore at the dismissal when a catch is taken. But for now, Raj Patel will be on strike.
So let's look at the feel he's got. In terms of the boundary riders, one at cow corner, because of how strong he is in that area, Raj Patel. He's got long on, long off, and a deep cover. He's also got a man at deep point. So it suggests that he's going to go try to bowl that wide Yorker. You cannot afford to be straight and full at Raj Patel. He'll make you pay again. Good delivery, really good delivery. They're running. Wow.
Yeah, surprisingly, they have taken the single. Raj Patel, the man who's been striking the ball, hands the strike over to Harsh Ramani.
Don't understand the thinking, the logic behind that. Raj Patel didn't connect well with it, and they still ran through for the single. You want him, the man that's faced 12 deliveries for 38 runs. You want him to face every delivery of this last over. Not sure about that decision, and it could cost the Gothams. Let's see what Ramani can do.
Yeah, surprising taken single. You would have thought that they could have forego that single. Let's see. Ramani gets a single towards the offside and now brings the game to 16 to win from 3 balls. Still possible here. Raj Patel on strike.
Now he's got to hit every ball out of the park. He's got to hit 3 sixes. Or, of course, 2 sixes and a boundary. Regardless, though, he's got to go. So the situation very simple. I wonder, though, how costly could the decision-making in the last over be for the Gothams? This game of cricket, you've got to be switched on for every delivery in the 20 overs. Straight up. Has he got enough? He hasn't. It's going to fall inside, and it's going to be taken. And Raj Patel carries his team close, but not close enough. The final twist to the tail. Good knock from him, but in the end, not enough. Good catch in the deep as well.
Yeah, very good catch from Jigar Patel. Would have taken out the man with the hope here for the New York Gothams. So well played from Raj Patel. He walks back, and perhaps the hope of them crossing the line here has disappeared into the hut as Raj Patel walks off. Number 94 comes to the middle. It's 165 for 8.
But what about this over from Anvesh Budineni? First over in the game, Lenny. 2 wickets and 2 runs. The final over, the most important one.
So Mokil Ayaswamy comes to the middle. 16 off just 2 balls. This will not hurt them. Just a single down the ground. And it comes down to the final ball. So very well played game here for the Carolina Eagles. They posted 100 and 180. And they have done well to defend. They could win by a margin of perhaps teens. And this one eludes the keeper, has it. And they go through for a single that will end proceedings here. So they win by some 14 runs. In fact, 13 runs. Carolina Eagles takes this one, puts points on the table. And Nikhil, 180 holding up.
Well, an important result for the Eagles. There were times where the result didn't look certain, but ensuring that they get over the line. Been good clinical performances by Ronald Sharma and his team. First with the ball in hand, then with the bat. Well, sorry, first with the bat in hand, then with the ball. But even to neutralize the threat of Raj Patel towards the end, they held their nerve well. Good start to the CBTF USPL for this team, and they'll get off to winning ways. Don't go anywhere though. When we return, we'll have the post-match presentation.
अगर आपके पास स्पीड है तो आपको कोई हरा नहीं सकता। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते, आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead. ओपोनेंट चाहे कितना भी स्ट्रांग हो, स्पीड के आगे घुटने टेक देता है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead. जिंदगी में जीत उसी की होती है जिसके पास स्पीड होती है। इसलिए अपनी फैंटेसी टीम बनाने से पहले विजिट cbtfspeednews.com।
यहाँ आपको मिले मैच प्रीव्यूज, टीम अपडेट्स, स्टेडियम स्टैट्स और बहुत कुछ, ताकि मैच कोई भी जीते आपका प्रेडिक्शन कभी गलत ना हो।
Visit cbtfspeednews.com and stay ahead.
Welcome to the post-match presentation of the CBTF USPL in association with MTR. We just had the Carolina Eagles versus the New York Gothams, and I have with me the founder of USPL, Sandeep Singh, and I will be announcing the man of the match and the captain of Carolina Eagles, Ronak Sharma, to come up for this award. Congratulations, Ronak. You know, winning this game by 13 runs. I mean, we saw at the end, you know, things really got dicey there. How did it feel?
I mean, definitely not a game for the faint-hearted. Exciting. I think this is good for the tournament. 2 days, 2 exciting games. Good quality of cricket. I mean, credit to the boys. I mean, they had a lot of international experience with them. But our boys showed great character. I'm really proud of them.
Yeah, I mean, first day of the tournament, first match for you guys, you know, playing on the surface for the first time and getting in that captain's knock of 59.
I mean, I was lucky today, to be very honest. But yeah, it feels good to contribute to the team's success. And hopefully we'll build on from this.
And especially, you know, that bowling attack. I know you didn't give away the secrets beforehand, but we saw, you know, a lot of that contribution coming in terms of getting the wickets and keeping things a bit slow in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, when I was batting, I realized that the wicket was a little slower. And if you hit the ball hard into the wicket, it was getting difficult. And that's what the message was to the team, and they executed it perfectly. So
far, how have you been enjoying this USPL?
So far, so good. You know, it's always good to start off with a win. So great.
Well, all the best. Thank you. So that's it here for the post-match presentation. The Carolina Eagles have won by 13 runs, and we have the next match coming up.